All right. Are we live? We are live, I guess. It does say live over here. Hello, Deepak. How are you? Once again,
Good.
fashionably late, a couple of games, in a couple of balls rather, into the first innings of SRH versus DC. I'm wearing the DC jersey, so you don't need to worry about my loyalties. Clearly, I will be supporting the Sunrisers Hyderabad. Deepak bhai, kya haal hai?
So, like, how does that exactly work? Like, you're wearing DC jersey and you're supporting SRH.
वो आपने वो मीम देखा है वो बांग्लादेश फैन का वो तो था मेरी मर्जी हमें जीतना ही नहीं है हमारा टारगेट ही नहीं है तो वैसे ही मेरी मर्जी भाई पता नहीं है जो
How
मन के
how
आ
tar,
गए
how target नहीं है.
हाँ बस सेकंड सेकंड आना हमें बस जीतना ही नहीं है हमें बस
But
सिंपल
like, to be honest, I'm happy that they've given a mixed soil surface to DC because no point giving a black soil rugged surface to them because they have won 3 games on little sluggish surfaces and they spend 10 literally spams the middle over. So good surface. It's 80% red soil, 20% black soil. So should be a good surface to bat on. And it looks like one, to be honest.
That's true. That's true. And by the way, interesting change for Delhi there. Nitish Rana has been brought back into the setup, and that's come
Yes.
at the cost of Waqib Nabi, who I think did not do too badly versus RCB as well. What did you make of that change for Delhi?
And I think what they exactly believe is that their 5 bowlers should be good enough to kind of restrict SRS to certain total. And I think they've figured out one thing that most of the times, even if they restrict the side to around 200, they've not been able to chase that. Like even in last match, a subpar total of 175 was a massive total for them. They almost ended up losing that match. So they really need to obviously, I would say, strengthen their batting because that is where they have been little out of depth. So, but having said that, now there is no scope for any bad day for their top 5 bowlers that they have because they just don't have a six bowling option.
I mean, unless you do want to count Tristan Subs or Ritish Rana as part-time offies, but yeah, not dependable for sure.
To be honest, like there was a time when Nitish Rana was a pretty handy bowler, but I don't think so. He's bowled in the last 5 6 years. Like not the kind of volume that he used to. Which I clearly
That's
remember.
true.
Like one time around, he got AB and Virat
Kohli, yeah,
in
2018.
consecutive balls, right?
Yeah, 20. I was about to bring that up. 2018. उसमें से भी
Yeah.
कोहली तो was York, proper Yorker था वो.
Yes,
So
proper York.
yeah, man can bowl, but if I'm not wrong, yeah, he doesn't bowl much even for Delhi anymore, or in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
DPL. I think. Yeah.
In last 6 years, I haven't seen him bowl much. And in domestic also, he's not playing for Delhi anymore, right? He has moved to UP or he's come
Yeah,
back.
he moved to UP. No, he moved to UP and he came back. I want to say he was with UP and then he came back last year.
Ah, okay, he's back
Yeah,
again in Delhi.
yeah. Because first season of UP T20 League he played for Noida, and then second season he was at the DPL because he'd moved to Delhi. So last year he was playing for
Nice.
Delhi. So वो है.
I think because
चलो
DPL is kind of yeah.
yeah. नहीं नहीं बताइए
Yeah, I
बताइए.
would say DPL I think is kind of getting more eyeballs also, so maybe that might be the
Oh,
reason.
for sure. I mean, DPL for me personally, I don't know if it's an unpopular opinion. I personally think it's the best domestic league right now in India. I rate it even higher than Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. While Karnataka and Tamil Nadu have had more years or more reps under their belt,
Mm.
the quality of pacers in particular, bowling in general at DPL has been at another level. Like every team has
Yes.
140 plus bowlers. Yeah, every team. तो
Yes.
वो मजा आता है वो
And
देखने में मजा आता है.
like why is it so? Like TNPL took off really well. We saw so many players coming up the ranks from them, like Sai Sudarshans of the world, Sai Kishore,
Rana's
Washi.
bowling by the way.
Whoa, ho, 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 ho.
Oh, wow. You know, 20 seconds ago, we were talking about नहीं देंगे यार राणा को कहाँ से bowling
So
देंगे.
is it like because they know the offies have kind of worked against Travis Sheikh and they couldn't find an offie in any of their squad, so they just thought like they had Tripuna Vijay, but I don't know
Vijay,
whether they were
yeah.
confident enough to like give him a gig or not. So like
Yeah.
that might be the reason they just want to maybe go with the tried and tested
But यार फिर भी
option.
like Sachin Patel says, it's a big gamble क्योंकि अभिषेक strike पे है. If head was still on strike, I would probably give it a bit more thought कि यार ठीक है head strike पे उसको out कर सकते हैं. अभिषेक strike पे बेचारा मतलब बोलो हम बोले थे कि खतरा and first ball dot second ball single, so I think they've clearly worked out their plans better than us.
But like having said that, Abhishek now generally takes his time against spin. Even in the last match against Matthew Short, he took at least couple of overs before he kind of
Yeah,
really
yeah,
took
yeah.
him down. So maybe they just know that Abhishek is not going to come that hard in the first over because generally he takes his time. So against the general trend this IPL, Abhishek is one batter who starts playing in the V.
That's true. Oh, that is true. He primarily, I mean, against offies, especially if you look at his shots as well, more often than not, it's straight batted shots. He doesn't look
Yes,
to
which
sort of, yeah,
yes, which was not the case before the World Cup, by the way. So like he's
that,
kind of evolved as a batter there because he saw people kind of planning against him and they were keeping more leg siders to him and cramping him for room. And suddenly,
That's some very crafty bowling, by the way, from Rana so far. 4 balls in, just the one run conceded. He's bowled an in drifter, the single finger in drifter, which was 1.3, 1.4, completely slowed it up outside off stump. Did not give any pace whatsoever to play with for hit. Well done, well done. I must say, I mean, part timer. I mean, he's not a part timer. You can't just count him out just like
oh,
that.
whoa, 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 whoa,
Again,
this
the in
is
drifter. Yeah,
yes. I mean, this was the in drifter which actually worked as an out drifter against AB when he got him out because
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. Because
That's
I
true.
clearly
That is true.
remember I followed one of his interviews in which he mentioned that the single ball in drifter
Yeah.
that he bowls to the lefty and goes away for the righties is what he tried against AB. And this is
There
where
you
Abhishek,
go.
yeah.
Barely
So,
clears the infield. The outfield is also not very quick. He does get a bounty there. I mean, I would happily take this as Akshat Patel. 6 runs of that
yes.
over, just one bounty conceded. Well done, Nitish. Well
Yeah,
done.
definitely, definitely. Any day
Yeah,
I'll take this.
that is true. Also, you were talking about TNPL. You were bringing up something when
Now I
I
was just
cut you off
asking,
there.
like, why it has kind of fallen off the cliff? Because when it started, it was giving quality players, Varun Chakravartis of the world, Washi, Sai Kishore, Sai Sudarshan. So many players came up the ranks from that particular league, but it has just not happened post. I would say maybe the COVID.
In a way, I feel somewhere the mushrooming of so many other leagues has also played a role there. Because earlier that was
Mm.
just like arguably the one or two tournaments that the erstwhile KPL, which later became the Maharaja Trophy, like
Mm.
those were only the couple of tournaments for the longest time. Then you saw Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Mumbai,
Mm.
Maharashtra, Vidarbha, Rajasthan, like Delhi, UP. Everyone's come up with their own tournaments.
Yes, even Punjab for that matter.
Punjab, exactly. And Punjab, in a way, has also become the hub for T20 cricket, right? Like, so many of the youngsters from Shere Punjab, like Mumbai, it almost feels like an upgrade. All of the scouted players are primarily from Shere Punjab. Look at Ashwini Kumar, Nehal Vadera, Naman
Yes.
Dheer. So many of their names are. In fact, I was having a word with someone else. Like, do they have a Punjabi scout? Because I know Vinay Kumar was a part of the setup, scouting team. There was Parthiv Patel earlier. Who was the Punjabi influence? Like, why are they scouting so many players specifically from Shere Punjab? I didn't find a good enough answer. I don't know who is the name. Who's sort of is it?
Like to be honest,
Yeah.
Harbhajan actually encouraged a lot because I know the owner of one of the teams who actually won both the seasons of Shere Punjab. So I had a one-on-one interaction with him.
Oh, okay.
So he shared that entire like Namandeep plays for his team and even Harpreet Brar, and he specifically mentioned that in his entire team trains in Jalandhar in Harbhajan's academy. So he said like Harbhajan
Oh, okay.
has a massive influence on Shere Punjab because he's kind of given the infrastructure and the
Oh, okay.
ecosystem to the players to train them to get them ready for the league. And this is what I was shared.
Fascinating. I did not think of the Harbhajan Connect because he's not an official scout or anything. I don't think he's officially
Yes.
on Mumbai's payroll that way. But yeah, could be the case.
Yes.
There will be that connection. So
Yeah, but he's
does
given the
make sense.
infrastructure to these teams in Jalandhar. So that's why, if you remember, there was a time when like his name was almost, I would say, mentioned in the same breath with Yuvraj Singh couple of years back. Whenever like there was a mention that who has actually worked on
Yeah.
these young cricketers in Punjab, and suddenly because of the political shift, because now he's more inclined towards his political side of things, also doing content, a lot of other things also. I think
Yeah,
that
yeah.
particular narrative kind of died out, but this is how it started.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Yuvraj Singh's name has propped up only like the last couple of years, ever since Abhishek Sharma came into prominence. That's when a lot of
Exactly.
people started speaking about UV as well. He's been helping a lot of the youngsters, and so fair. That's true. That is true. Meanwhile, 23 for no loss, 2.5 overs in. At least that's what my stream says. So apologies if once again I'm running a ball or two behind. But speaking of changes, Deepak, two changes for SRH as well. Two changes. those were the exact two changes that I also wanted them to do. Dilshan Madhushanka is making his IPL debut. You're seeing Harsh
Yes.
Dubey also come back. Praful Hinge goes out. And Liam Livingston in all likelihood will be the casualty as well for Madhushanka's entry. So happy with those changes there for SRH.
I think so because first of all, like Madhushankar was about to make his IPL debut a couple of years back, right? When he got injured in
Yeah,
24. If
he
I'm
he
not
was he was bought by Mumbai. He got injured and he not featured in 24. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, but I was not aware that he's never played in IPL, to be honest. That's a news for me. And a pretty genuine talent at that time in 2023 World Cup. There was so much buzz around him. He was one of the best left armers going around, and then suddenly we haven't seen much of him. So really excited about that, and that gives more variety to SRH bowling attack also. Because with Praful, I would say there was a little bit of sameness in the attack with so many right-hander pacers, but now
Yeah.
definitely that adds variety to
Yeah.
the attack. So I think that's a good move.
100%. And since Sachin's also asking us why drop Hinge, I'll personally be honest. Saqib Hussain, even in the first game, genuinely impressed me with his skill set because
Yes.
he
Same here.
brought a lot
Same
of
here.
different skills. Praful Hinge, I mean, happy for him, excellent debut and all of that. But you could see that he could be found out, and that happened the
Yes.
very next game. That's why Dilshan Madhushanka, first of all, I don't think they have proper new ball bowlers, so he brings in that. On top of that, the left arm angle, so there's a nice bit of variety that comes in. Harsh Dubey and Shivang, both of them have been fantastic for them any which way. So I think it's now looking a lot more competitive. Like last week, we were talking about SREs conceding 300. Boss, this bowling attack, they could be the dark horses going forward.
And Shivang was the X factor in the last match also. We didn't talk much about him, to be honest. Like 3 overs, 18 runs, and that wicket of Brevis, that
Oh,
was
beautiful.
top notch. And somehow, to be honest, might be an unpopular opinion, but to me, he's looked better than Kuldeep Yadav this season. So, like,
Agreed, agreed. I think from what little I've seen of him so far, he's been a bit slower. He's also used his googlies a lot more, and we've
yes.
spoken about Kuldeep as well. Like he's at his most effective when he's relying on his googlies, which hasn't been necessarily the case so far this season. So again, there is still time. Kuldeep will always make a comeback.
Yes,
We're talking
but
about a
like
Team India player
there's
here.
there's also a concern about Kuldeep is that his 4 to 5 meter lengths are not working. So this IPL, he's getting bashed in that particular reason. So from a spinner standpoint, that is where your wickets would come, right? Because that's the aggressive length.
Yeah,
And if your 4 to 5 meter length as a wrist spinner is getting smashed, I think then you have to
yeah,
go back to your more defensive lengths from 5 to 7 meters. So that ways you can never be that strike force which you expect Kuldeep to be. So you become a little bit of a defensive bowler because that's your last resort. And if 5 to 7 also starts traveling, I would say that would be disaster for him. That will be curtains for him. So he's pretty much like kind of becoming a more defensive option because 4 to 5 meter length is just not working for him enough. And definitely you brought up a very good point that since he's not able to mix it up with too many with the right amount of googlies, that's why the surprise element for that length is just not there. So a lot of batters are able to basically step it.
that's true. That is true. I completely agree there. Just one thing to add, more than the length itself, what's been surprising for me personally so far has been his lines. He's been so straight and almost outside the leg some constantly.
Yes.
कि even if he hits his length, आपका line उतना खराब है, then you will more often than not be taken care of by batters, and that's what's happened for him to him so far.
I totally agree with you. Totally agree on this. And surprisingly, all the slow spinners are kind of traveling at that length. Even
Yeah.
Chehel, for that matter, we were seeing his numbers. His 5 to 7 meter economy is 5.5, and 4 to 5 meter economy is 12 point something. So it's like
Whoa.
more than double. So that's why we see Chehel also becoming more of a defensive option now.
Fair. And with Chahal, I think this season it's been a conscious choice to bowl slower through the air.
Yes.
I've seen him bowl so much at the under 80 or early
Oh.
80 speed range. So that's also partly played a role. The idea has been to I mean, I don't know if it's defensive bowling. I don't know what exactly is the idea behind it. Is it to bait batters into going for the shots and then lulling them into wickets? But yeah, it is an interesting
You know,
change in terms of how he's gone about
the
it.
kind of pattern that I've seen with Punjab this season is they are one of the best defensive bowling units in this season.
Taken on the up there, Abhishek Sharma. Over mid off, yet another boundary for him. No sixes so far, if I'm not wrong. Fourth or fifth boundary of the innings,
Yes.
but good start for SRH.
Yes. Pretty, I
Yeah.
would say, measured start. It's not like they've gone all out. And
Yeah,
on this kind of a surface, which is a little slow, as mentioned by Ishan Kishan and Akshar during the toss, I think it's good to kind of take your time on this surface.
that's true. That is true. Also, we're talking about Punjab's bowling. Like they have
Yeah,
been
yeah.
very good defensive attack.
Yeah, because to be honest, because the batting unit is so effective, so they don't even have to kind of defend subpar totals. So that's why, like with them, they can pretty much be that defensive bowling unit and can make the batters do all the hard work, and they can actually then can enforce certain errors also, even with the defensive line. So even in the last match, you would have seen that after the power play, when Chehel and Vaishak came in first 32 balls, they just gave away 39 runs. They were kind of just sticking to those defensive lines, not giving any widths to Pant as well as to Marsh, and then suddenly they killed the match there itself.
100%. That bowling, especially Vaishak, because I felt Vaishak went under the radar. Chahal already a popular name, so a lot of the chatter was around Chahal doing really well, which he did. But
Whoa.
Vaishak, as a defensive bowler for Punjab in the last couple of years, has come up with a couple of very crucial spells. We all remember versus Rutherford, that GT encounter last year where he once again defended
Yes.
for them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so he's been not too bad at all.
Yes. A pretty solid start because look, last time around when they played in Hyderabad, so SRH was able to get an above par total against RR without the help of Travis Shake. So if they start firing consistently with the kind of depth now they have as a batting unit, with the Klassen giving you the bulk, maybe not at the strike rate you
Yeah,
expect him to, and with Nisha Kumar Reddy also coming to party almost every time, I think they're ominous
yeah, yeah.
signs for the opposition.
NKR in particular has chipped in with both the bat and ball consistently this season, and that's been great to watch. That's been fantastic to watch. So again, like I feel if Pat Cummins comes in, or whenever he's available, I won't be surprised if they consider resting or benching Travis Head. Because Ishan Malinga has been doing well, Klassen has been doing well, so you can't, drop either of them. Dilshan Madhushanka, I want to believe brings in
Whoa.
great value. What's
This
happened there?
is massive hit. So Rana came in and Rana goes out. So
Let's see if Akshay has been too greedy over here with Rana's second over. I mean, I hope he doesn't go the Matthews short way, but there are the signs. There are every sign of this being very similar to Matthew Shot's
I
third
think
over.
fifth over for me doesn't make sense. So, sorry, coming back to your point also. But why would you kind of
What a shot. I just saw that. What a shot. Yeah, yeah.
so
Continue.
why would you kind of compromise on your batting? And another one travels. So it's like consecutive sixes of first two balls, and Abhishek kind of making up for the relatively slow start, the kind of starts we associate with him. So he's pretty much in that region now, in that. So like, coming back to that point, like why would you compromise on your top order? Like considering the fact that Ishan Kishan is doing the job at number three for almost back-to-back seasons now, even does that role for India, has pretty much kind of found his game now. He's added a couple of shots on the offside now. He's not been able to kind of he's able to kind of add a lot more value as a player in number three. So why would you disturb that? Like, wouldn't it be a simple swap between Madhushanka and Cummins for you?
But I mean, there I don't think I was thinking of bringing Ishan Kishan up the order. You've got Aniket Verma, Salil Arora, and you've got Nitish Kumar Reddy. Three batters who've been used as floaters as and when the situation has arisen. Just send one of
Mm.
them at the top. Just ask them to pinch it. Salil Arora is known for his ability to hit sixes. Just tell him, go for it, boss. Yeah.
But like honestly speaking, one area where I personally feel that SRS has really done this season, done well this season, is not exposing Nitish Kumar Reddy against pace. Because his pace numbers are horrible. So like one match they had to, and they had to basically even suffer because I think that match was against RCB in the opening match where he came in early and got
Yeah.
exposed. So and again, same is the case with Aniket. Even though he showed his six hitting against RCB in the first match itself, but I am not very sure whether he's equipped enough to kind of handle the new ball because new ball has swung this tournament. Like the average swing is and seam with the new ball is decent this tournament. Like
I've got another name. They should, and I think I almost forgot, and I was upset that I didn't bring this up. Smaran hai bhai. Smaran's a fantastic top order bat. Bring him in.
Yes,
You can then
yes.
have Klassen keep or Kishan keep, and you can
Mm,
drop Salil Arora.
that's a better option, to be honest. And I was
Yeah.
kind of expecting him to play today. I was kind of expecting
Oh,
him to play today instead of Salil Arora.
yeah, yeah. I expected him to start, ahead of Salil in the season, but yeah, ठीक है. Now
Yes.
they want to give him a decent run, so that's also fair.
But Travis is
But
actually struggling, no doubt about it.
very much so, very much so. Unless they rely on him once again just because of his reputation, there's no reason for him to continue once Cummins comes in. I mean, I'm not saying drop him. Rest him, give him some time off. He just needs a bit of a break. It happens. Like it's like the approach is so high variance, and as
Oh,
we
having
speak,
said that,
yeah, man
having
tongs
said
it past
that,
long gone. Well done, well done.
yes,
Fantastic shot that. Brilliant end to the over, so that what makes it three sixes in a wide and a single, so 20 runs off of it. I think they won't be complaining about this SRH over here.
yes. And I would prefer giving a fourth over to spinner, like, but post that, once I think the batters have kind of settled in, they have kind of got the measure of the pitch. It's a little too risky to give a part timer a fifth or sixth over
Yeah,
where a
yeah,
batter would like to close the power play on a high note. So that is,
that's
I
true.
think, yes.
If
And
the
this
spinner
time,
is like, yeah, Washi or Ashwin, I would still consider. If it's
yeah,
Nitish Rana we're
exactly.
talking about, so yeah, like you said.
Yes,
So
with
you were
the
saying
part
something.
timer, yes. No, no, I was
Yeah.
just like, now DC is kind of entering the territory which they are not that familiar with, because this with this kind of a platform and the kind of depth SRH has, they can actually take it to 200, 220. So that becomes a little tricky for them then.
Definitely so. And also speaking of, we spoke about SRE's batting, but Delhi's bowling and the power play in particular is something they've struggled all season. I was just checking. They have the second worst, balls per dismissal, bowling strike rate amongst all teams. So they've not taken wickets. They've been defensive. They've been good in terms of controlling the runs. They've not conceded a lot as well. But yeah, they've
Yes.
definitely not picked up any wickets. Once again, they are on the brink of having yet another wicketless power play unless we see something in the last
Yeah,
over by
but
Engidi.
yes, but like this time around, even from a run rate perspective, they've not been able to control that. So yeah, the majority of the things is like after the power play that they've bossed the middle overs with a lot of wickets, and they've been able to kind of destabilize most of the batting units. Also happened against Mumbai, happened against RCB, even happened against LSG for that matter. Yes, that will be one interesting phase now.
Yep, for sure, for sure. Right, let's see what happens there. Meanwhile, yeah, Ngidi relying on his slow ones once again, and it has really given him good returns this season. So there's no reason why not to continue with it. Oh, another slow one. Agree, Hoik by Travis said no result there. Wait, am I stuck? Is Deepak stuck?
No, no, I was
All
stuck.
right.
I was stuck because
Uh,
my Geo connection resets itself after some time. Like once in a
oh, got it.
once in a while that happens. So
Yeah, brilliant slow
yes,
one
sorry, you
yet
were coming
again.
up. We were sharing something.
I was just talking about Ngidi as well. Like his slow ones have been so effective this season that despite almost being borderline predictable, batters haven't been able to do anything about it. They know that this is
Yes.
coming at them and they still can't do anything about it.
I think Wisdom came up with a very beautiful piece on it, like how Nigiri and Bumrah are so different with their slower balls, like how they're basically undercutting it and kind of revolutionizing the way slower balls are bowled. So
Yeah.
I think, yeah, but considering the fact that it's been almost there for last 3, 4 months now, and still nobody's been able to better that is something very astonishing. And hats off to him for being able to, I would say, execute it so well for such a long period of time. Because generally you get found out at this level,
Yeah.
and
This is the one where they used baseball terms to make the comparison, right? Like, what?
yes,
Yeah, brilliant
yes,
piece. And with Ngidi, another thing is, again, there aren't too many pacers who actually know how to get the ball to dip. Mustafizur was
yes,
one, which is why when he is in rhythm, when he's in control of his slow ones, he's almost unplayable. Like, you just can't do
unplayable.
anything about it. Yeah.
Yes,
So,
exactly. I
I get
think,
that.
yes. And clearly, like India had to taste that in 2015, where they could just not, I would say, put a bat to it. So they had such a
Yeah,
horrible
yeah.
time in Bangladesh, and he was unplayable. And and then did that for SRH and IPL also in 2016. I
Yeah.
think that one point of time, even he had worked very hard on his Yorkers because he and Bhuvi were like unplayable
Oof.
in the death in that season.
And he was bowling at 140 clicks. From there,
Yes.
if you're able to get it down to 105 and get the ball to dip and turn like a bloody offie, yeah, you just can't do anything about it as batters. I
Yes.
remember the 2015, that's when he made his debut versus South Africa, that Pfeiffer, hat trick, all of those things. I was like, yeah, this guy's the next big thing. That's it. I mean, all of you guys is hard job. Hey, matlab, he's going to take care of international cricket now. Even
Yes.
Harshal, for that matter, Kart, the great name. 2021,
Yes.
brilliant season. That was something. That was something.
Like Akshay, one thing I would like to ask, like I clearly remember even Vaishak kind of started like that in one season where I think he took a fifer also. I don't remember whether it was against MI or some other team. It was 22 or 23. Had a very beautiful dipping slower ball when he
Wait,
played for
Vaishak?
RCB in one of the seasons.
Oh,
And
interesting.
then suddenly that particular aspect of him completely disappeared. Like remember year which in which RCB dropped Herschel. I think it was 22
That
or 20
23 it was. Vaishak made his
23.
RCB, yeah, IPL debut in 23. Like, I've always known him for his knuckle balls. So, I'm trying to think that's why. Like, is it Vaishak? Like, I don't remember him with the slow ones
Like
that much, but yeah.
23, I have not covered. I've
Hmm.
not covered the season like cover. I've kind of just seen the highlights and all those things.
Played,
Oh,
Abhishek. Played,
some
man.
some shot, man. This is like
Yeah.
amazing. So, like, I just have a fading memory of him using those slower balls against some of. Let me check.
He made his debut versus Delhi where he took a three for. He, in fact, first ball itself took David Warner's wicket. This was Adit Chinnaswamy. This was the game, if you remember, Anuj Rawat came in as impact player and
Yes,
then
yes, yes.
affected that run out, Prithvi Shaw run out, amazing diving attempt and all of those things. So that's where he made his debut. And again, I still remember him as someone who relied on his knuckle variation for slow ones. Not so he does have an off cutter, but I don't associate that with him. So again, I might be wrong there.
No, no. To be honest, I have, as I said, I have not seen. I followed that season. I just have a fading memory. It might be the knuckle ball, might not be the slower ball also because, but he was pretty effective, and we haven't seen that from him post that dip and all.
That dip to definitely that level of dip again. Like I said with Vaishak, I never even associated that with him, but he's never been at that. Like Bumrah, Teak, Harshal, Engedi, Mustafizur. These are the four names that come
Yeah,
to mind,
yeah,
like in terms of pacers who can actually generate that
definitely.
dip.
Obviously, he was not of that level, but that was
Yeah,
one variation which kind of vanished from his repertoire in last few years. Like something which kind of caught everyone's eye when he made his RCB debut. Didn't
that's
play
true.
much in that season, I guess, but like one of the matches. Maybe that might be the match
Yeah.
against DC itself.
That's true. And Bravo, of course, goes without saying. I didn't miss out on Bravo's name. He's the OG. Like,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
just taking him for granted because we all know Bravo, of course, is there.
Yes.
So, yeah.
The first name that came to my mind was Bravo. Like I
Yeah,
think like it was just not even worth mentioning because such a cliche stuff. Because everybody would remember that.
100%. Meanwhile, Akshar into the attack versus two left-handers. Good to see him trust himself there.
In fact, I had a word with Hemanish also like a couple of months back, and he said that he's a very underrated bowler against lefties because he has that undercutter. With
Hmm.
he would basically keep a point and keep spamming them with those undercutters
Oh,
and keeping
I
them.
love the use of spamming there. That's actually brilliant.
Yeah,
It is spamming only in a way, but yeah.
yeah, because and then he would just kind of put a point and all there and would just keep on bring in the undercutters, which would leave the left-handers then and would just block their shots on the offside. This is how even if you would see his international numbers last year, they were the lefties and the righties is almost on par with each other. They almost had similar numbers.
Oh, I remember Krunal Pandya also. He's one of those left armers or left arm spinners who have a decent record against left hand
Yes,
batters, not in terms of wicket taking, mainly from a defensive point of view, which is what RCB wanted from him when they even recruited him at the auction. So he's also another name that comes to mind.
totally agree on this. So
Yeah.
Huh.
Meanwhile, Andy says DC's think tank is atrocious. Haven't studied the previous game. They don't set up a bloody high ceiling batting unit either. It's a differently shaped GT. My word, those are very harsh words from Andy. Deepak, what do you think?
Like to be honest, their bowling unit has been really decent, and I would even the two matches that they lost. I also believe that it was their batting that didn't come to the fore. The way the bowling had basically kind of managed their resources because if you look at that GT match also, I think that was pretty much a power chase. So they kind of messed it up. And against CSK, with the kind of bowling unit CSK has, they should have fancied their chances. But they were like too many anchor finishers who kind of take so much time to get off the blocks. And by the time run rate starts creeping into that 13, 14 region, it becomes a little dicey. So this is what has happened with them during these 200 chases. But yes, I think they need some high intent players, at least in the middle, who could actually start quickly.
I was actually looking at the numbers. One thing that's definitely gone against them is what they've had three, if not four power plays where they've lost three or more wickets. So they've had a lot of these top order collapses, which has just meant that your middle order, even if they want to, they cannot bat high intent because
But like,
they've lost so many wickets. Yeah.
I think the in match against CSK, they had a good start. Like, the collapse happened after the power play, right? They were
There
like
it happened
60,
later. Yes.
yeah, 61 for 0. And against GT,
Wait, let
GT
me
also, I
just.
think they had a decent
I'll
start. GT also the wickets fell outside of power play. Lost Nishanka definitely in the power play. I remember that. And then like couple of wickets were lost to Rashid in 10th or 11th over. Like when Nitish and Rizvi got out of consecutive balls.
So DC
Rizvi,
were 33 for 4 versus Lucknow, and then they were 42 for 2 versus MI, and then where else is DC? DC, yeah, 50 for 3 versus RCB, and I'm missing a few more games. I'm not sure where is DC.
but these three were like subpar chases, right? They were not like 200 kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
chases.
Versus GT, they had a strong start. They were 68 for 1 at the end of the power play. Versus CSK, they were 66 for 2. And
Yes.
is there any other game? I think I've counted five. There must be six games. This is the seventh, right? No, no, this is the sixth. So yeah, those are the games. So that's two games where they've lost four or more, three games where they've lost three
Yeah, because
two or
like
more. Yeah,
Like games where they lost the top order wickets, they were subpar chases, so they were kind of able to win those matches. Like they won all those three matches, but like 200 chases, they had good power plays. Like 68 for one, you would take it any day if you're chasing 210, right?
fair. Yeah,
And even with like against CSK, I think they had a good start. So with a lot of people kind of coming in, taking 10, 12 balls to get going is kind of killing their chances. And suddenly you would see that, and if it is happening for one end, it's fine. But if both the batters are kind of stuck with that kind of a thing,
fair,
yeah,
fair.
even Athar has come up with this question: does DC have the firepower to chase 200 plus? This is one area where I am a little skeptical, and let's see if they are able to prove us wrong.
Yeah, so far, based on what we've seen, yeah, they haven't shown the makings of a very aggressive batting lineup. They're seventh when it comes to run rate so far this season. Even in the power play, I think they're the worst performing batting unit in the power play, primarily because of the wickets lost. Yeah, they've not done too. Yeah, they've not done too well. In fact, they have the worst, second worst balls per dismissal. Surprise, surprise, KKR
Yes.
is the worst. So that's there. That is there.
Yes.
All right. Meanwhile, end of the eighth over, and SRH have gotten off to a fantastic start. Head might not be doing too well, but I mean, they'll take that. Um, no, Abhishek 1 run short of his half century, and Travis had also reached into. I mean, he's gotten into his 30s now. 81 for no loss, 8 overs done. Yeah.
This is the problem
He,
because they don't have to go ultra aggressive against DC. So I think this is uh, the matter of concern for them because now, since they're little low on their bowling resources today, and with this kind of a start, the pressure would be immense on their bowling unit because they just know that the batting hasn't fired the way they would expect them to.
that is true. That is true. And this is something we've spoken about. Like I've brought this up with Varun and Jared as well. Why on earth then would you not sign an appropriate replacement? Yeah, you've got Duckett who's not going to come. Just sign an appropriate number three who can actually attack pace. And that's where I once again felt shy hope they could just go back to him. I couldn't think of too many other names, but he's not too bad an option for them to consider because they don't have a proper number three. And that's where they've been struggling. Someone at number three who can attack pace, who can, like Nisanka has given them good starts. If he gets out, then who can you pair Rahul with such that you don't need to worry about run rate anymore? And that's why I thought Shai Hope wasn't too bad a name. I couldn't think of any other. Like, do you have any names that come to mind, Deepak?
I think why not Prithvi Shaw? Why not like kind of give him a
I
match or
think
two?
it's
Like just
fair, fair. Prithvi Shaw is an interesting name. Like, I just don't have burnt my hand so much with him, with so much expectations of him, that I'm like, you know what, you have to prove yourself. Only then will I
yes.
get back
Like
to it.
I was checking that DC versus RCB game, which was the debut game for Vaishak for RCB. So all his three wickets were of the slower ball. So like
Hmm.
this is what Cricinfo has to say. Maiden wicket for Vaishak, slower ball at
Yeah.
121 kph, angle
Length
across
ball to
four
Warner,
stump.
if I'm not wrong. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So
Oh,
and then his
shot!
second wicket, yeah,
Brilliant, yeah, brilliant.
yes. And the second wicket
Yeah.
was the knuckle slower ball. Yes, this is something which I missed. So and then the third one again was a slower ball. They haven't mentioned whether it was a knuckle ball or a general
Got
slower ball.
it.
But I like this is what I said because I just saw the highlights of that match. I was not following that season due to various reasons, and I have that fading memory that all three wickets came on the slower balls, and we don't see him bowling these many slower balls now. So I don't know why. Maybe he's evolved as a bowler. Maybe just felt that it's way too predictable.
Could be. That is also there, right? Like, with the slow ones, especially because of the season that it was in 2023.
Whoa. So now head is also
Yeah.
getting into the act. I
Moves
think
it past
25,
cow corner. Yeah.
yes, 25 ball 37, you'll still take it, right?
You have to, I guess. Like, I don't think it's too bad at all. I would happily take it. As a start, in general, I would happily take it.
Yeah, you were mentioning about Vaishak. So, like, what you thought might be the reason?
Like, one thing is, again, with. Ooh, oh, I'm sorry. I'm watching it on two different. Oh, is that taken? Excellent
Oh, is that
catch.
taken? So,
Yeah.
pretty much a half tracker, I would say.
Yeah.
And he,
Again, that scratchiness is visible there. He's hit it straight to deep mid wicket. I want to say Sami Rizvi it
yes,
was,
couldn't
the
have
fielder
picked the
there.
fielder that better, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
So, he's
Well
done his
done.
bit.
Well,
I think 97, you'll take it any day.
happily, happily. Good start, good platform set for the likes of Ishan Kishan and Klassen to come in and just
Yes.
take over from here.
Yes.
That's it. Oh.
Is Abhishek, like even Akshar is not that happy with that delivery fizz. So I think he's done his bit. Definitely not
Yeah,
happy, but I think I'll any day take this partnership. Like 9 overs, 97 for one is any day taken.
that's
Like,
true.
sorry, like I think we kind of got interrupted there. So you were coming on that Vaishak topic. You really want to listen to that?
Yeah. With Vaishak, one thing, I mean, this is more in hindsight, of course. For Punjab, the way he's been used and the kind of surfaces they've played on, it's been so much more flatter in 25 and 26 that resorting to your slow ones is not a direct option anymore. Even that game that we're talking about, RCB DC, it was a very scratchy, sluggish surface. And
It
whenever
was a sluggish
surfaces have,
surface, yes.
yeah, have aided him, he's gone for it. I remember the same season RCB GT game that happened at the Chinnaswamy. RCB came up with the Green Mamba to counter GT because they had Green, they had Siraj, they had, I want to say, Hazelwood as well. I don't know if Hazelwood bowled that game, but basically bowlers who could sort of bowl hard lengths and bowl those test match lengths and make the GT batters struggle. And that's why Vaishak resorted to bowling hard lengths. He not bowl slow ones. So he's someone who's got these different things up his sleeve. And again, a guy who's worked a lot. Like, you should check. I don't know if you know of Vaishak's story once again. Man started
No.
playing KPL in 2016-17. He was overweight, severely overweight. You should check him from then. He was 100
Oh.
plus kilos. And he used to bowl quick even then, but he was very heavy, and you could see he used to struggle for breath and he had issues with stamina and everything. During COVID, he worked on his fitness. He became thin. He's now very thin. He's lean, mean. Back then, he used to struggle, and that's what was making that's what was making it difficult for him to cross the 140 mark. He was consistently bowling in the early 130s. Post COVID, he's managed to add another gear to his pace. Now he hits
Oh,
140s
amazing.
as well. So that's been something brilliant to watch. Again, he started off as an opener. He can handle himself with the bat, has a Ranji ton.
Oh,
Yeah,
this is something which I was not aware of, to be honest.
yeah.
I have to admit that I haven't followed his career that much. Like I've seen him um, primarily in IPL only, but this is something which is fascinating,
Yeah.
to be honest. And
Nice guy. And his father's a statistician, by the way. His father's with Hotstar, JioStar, like commentary panel. His father's a statsman. He sits. So it used to be a running joke. Every time during
oh,
Karnataka Premier League, his father would be in the stats room behind Dean Jones, Mike Hesson. They used to come and do commentary for Karnataka Premier League, and his son would be bowling. So they used to tease him, you know what, don't give us stats just about your son. Talk about the rest of the team as well.
amazing! This is one fascinating story, to be honest.
Yeah.
Great, great, great. So he's more of an homegrown product for RCB, like, and
Yeah.
still like why? And to be honest, the 24 season is the season from where I started following IPL seriously. I would say like where I kind of watched every match because of the channel also. And in that season also, they hardly used him. They just used him a couple of times, and he was still impressive in those matches. So what exactly went wrong? So somebody who showed promise never kind of tapered off and was just not managed that well. So
Fair. The way I look at it is once again, 2023 was his maiden year with RCB. Mike Hesson brought him in, and I want to say Mike Hesson has seen Vaishak for like 7, 8 years because Mike Hesson used to consistently call,
Hey, hi everyone.
during KPL. Hello,
I
hello. So that was there. And that year was his maiden year, so they probably did not want to give him too many chances. They had Harshal, Siraj, Hazelwood also came in the latter half. Next year, there was a change in management. It was Andy Flood, Mo Bubat, and the likes coming in.
oh
And we know Andy Flood is someone who prefers experience. You saw him bring in the likes of
hmm,
Yash Dayal. No, I won't say he's very experienced, but he's played at the IPL. He's played a lot more games. So they probably
hmm,
wanted that left arm angle. They had Yash Dayal, they had Alzari Joseph, Lockie Ferguson. They went for a different combination altogether. So
hmm,
unfortunately, it didn't work for him there. I don't think it was a case of them mismanaging him or not thinking about him. I just felt that he did not fit the puzzle as well as they wanted him to.
makes
So
sense. Makes
yeah,
sense.
it does happen.
So
Yes.
I clearly remember he came in as impact sub or something in one of the matches and did well in that match. So, but yes, apart from that, I don't think so. He was used that much, like barring couple of games
Very
in that
little.
season. Yeah, yes,
Yeah, but that's when
and that
yesterday there were a lot of people talking about, why didn't RCB retain him? He was an uncapped player. It's easy in hindsight. Like, if you're talking about a player 2 years after the mega auction, you can say that the team made the right call. You can't, like, there are only so many project players that a team can go for.
mm,
RCB probably zeroed in on Rasikdar as the project player for this cycle, and that's
yes,
not done too badly for them. Vaishak is doing really well. Again, it's important for these players to develop. It's not just about buying players; it's about giving them chances. He's gotten chances as Punjab, which he probably wouldn't have at RCB, and I'd rather see him get those chances and do well than simply be at
yes,
bench. So there's no
and
point.
and Rasik in 24 was a hot property, to be honest. Like he did well for DC and
Delhi, yeah,
also. And I think during that period, even I clearly remember he looked one of uh, the things at emerging Asia Cup also, if my memory serves
yeah.
right.
True,
So he
How do
true.
had a
you guys
Very
see
killer.
good
this
player.
move of getting in Nitish Rana one more over for the third over?
I think Ishan Kishan. Generally, the theory is that whenever he comes into bat, you just spam him with off spinners, and he
Hmm.
doesn't start well against off spinners, and we saw that in the World Cup also. But
Yeah.
you have a set Abhishek also now, so let's see.
Hmm.
So Akshay seems
Overall, what
stuck.
was your take for the game till now? Whatever has panned out.
I think clearly SRH is bossing it, and
Hmm.
DC will have to make their moves quickly because if this is the kind of platform SRH has on a surface which hasn't looked bad but hasn't looked like a road also. It's a
Yes.
decent surface, mixed soil surface, which both the captains mentioned at the toss also uh, is should be on the slower side and has given kind of glimpses. Uh, Towards that, I think they will have to do something quickly because if SRH runs away with like 220-ish kind of a total, it'll be difficult, I think, for them. No doubt about it.
Yeah, I mean, like I felt SRH has started quite, with a lot of mindfulness in their approach, more than just
Yes.
going for a bag, which is new to see and which is actually very good to see. The more the season, as we earlier talked yesterday in our one of our review shows, the more the days pass on the every pitch, they tend to react a bit differently. So you cannot go bang bang approach for everyone every single
Yes.
game. How you go it, I'm
Yes.
absolutely happy to see this way.
And
I
to
think
reset your bowling within the
hmm,
tournament is a
that's
massive thing, I
upgrade.
would say.
Yeah, yeah. And I think also SRH has this in mind that because DC is the team kind of team who is going to chase it, so there is no need for us to run behind this 250s and 260s kind of score. Better go for
Yes.
a decent 220s, 230s. They will be like struggling for that momentum to get back to their end. So that's fair enough for me.
Yes. So
I know a lot
I'll
of
drop off
people
now.
called me out for using Hindi, but I'll just say with this one last thing before Deepak Kongsa, but ghor kalyug hai bhai. They're saying easy total 220 bana lo, and then we'll try and defend them. But yeah. On that note, Deepak will drop off.
This,
You'll join us before
yeah.
the second innings, Deepak, or you've got work, so we're done.
I have a couple of meetings lined up, so I'll try to join post that for sure.
Done. See you. See you.
Hmm.
Bye bye.
Yeah.
Bye
Yeah.
bye.
See you, Deepak. Bye.
All right, 10 overs in, by the way, for the Delhi Capitals. Interestingly, Kuldeep
Tells.
Yadav's bowled just the 1 over. Shravan, how's
Hmm.
it been? Happy with RCB's performance versus Delhi?
Ye- Yeah, I mean, like to be honest, I think that's not one of the bad day for even for all the batsmen. I would call it as like one bad day for one of the most reliable player for sure from in RCB's bank because people won't we might find this bit like weird having said this like how come you can call Jitesh Sharma as an bankable player, but he is. The contributions of what 20s, 30s people might not notice, but those are the ones which RCB missed in
Oh,
their past quite a lot, for sure.
by the way,
Oh
fantastic
man,
shot this from Ishan Kishan. Oof,
Th-
steps down the track, goes over long on. Brilliant.
that's use of the feet for you guys.
Brilliant
This is
stuff.
special. Mm. They
I mean,
kept
in a
on
way,
yeah.
you can continue.
They kept on lowing down the speed. If you see, I mean, like they understood the logic of like if we slow down our pace also, then they need to bring in that pace while they are hitting a ball, so that might give us a chance of uh,
Poor line
getting for
once
going for a win
again. Yeah, Kuldeep
and
bowling two
deserve to be
straight.
hit, which has been hit.
Yeah.
Mm,
Something we'd
mm.
spoken about earlier as well. Like this season, Kuldeep, he's been bowling far too straight, far too leg side, and given batters too many chances there to go after him. In a way, it's almost vindicated Delhi's call to use Nitish Rana a bit more because Kuldeep has just looked very out of sorts so far this season.
And I also observed one thing is that Kuldeep is a kind of bowler whom you cannot ask or demand that be a defensive bowler for us. That doesn't work for his, the kind of attitude or the kind of person he is or the way he goes for his game. I don't think that works for him.
Yeah.
If they're targeting his legs, oh man, this is very, very poor.
Yeah, single only, but
Just
again,
got
bad ball
saved. Just
nonetheless.
got saved.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, this clearly shows that they are not even their intention is not even go for the wickets. Their intention is to restrict the scoring as much as possible. And no, I don't think like if DC is still in the mindset of just because the way they won against RCB, if they are still thinking, oh, we can restrict it.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to work in any good ways because
Oh,
is
shot,
it
yeah, shot. Abhishek Sharma, brilliant shot. Again, around the wicket, you've got Kuldeep Yadav coming in. He's bowling it outside the off stump. Abhishek Sharma nonchalantly just steps down the track and lofts it past long off. Brilliant shot, yeah, brilliant shot. This is exactly why we rate Abhishek Sharma, the spin hitter, so highly. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant. Oof.
I couldn't see it because just now my internet got just reloaded. I
Oh,
didn't think
yeah.
like that might be an issue.
You should see this. And
Mm.
again, the ball, by the way, wasn't even outside off stump. I just saw the replay. It was on the
Oh
leg
man,
stump. Abhishek Sharma has made room and stepped down and then hit it. Well done. Brilliant shot. Brilliant shot.
this, See, that's what it happens to, as a being a bowler or a being a bowling unit, that you tend to think that, oh, I can restrict the scoring. There is no need of for me to pick wickets in this day and age. No, sir. That isn't going to work. That is going to work only if the days where the pitch will be assisting you like hells, heaps and bounds ahead of like how it used to behave in the second innings. That's what exactly has happened if you see the before match what Delhi has played. They're still in that
Yeah.
mindset.
That's a four. Meanwhile, for Ishan Kishan, flat
Oh,
bats it past Kuldeep Yadav, barely past Kuldeep Yadav.
did
Again,
it
I won't call this a
Did
catching
it touch
opportunity.
any part of Kuldeep Yadav's body? I mean, like his shoe or something? It just looked like it just deviated for a second.
Fingertips, maybe, but yeah,
Maybe,
very hard. Yeah, yeah. Brilliant shot.
yeah, yeah. See, this
Also
this
about
is what the modern team going to do with you. It's like you cannot be defensive, man.
that is true. That is true. And also, a
I
lot
mean,
of
like,
people, I see in the chat also, Kushal is laughing at nothing and the likes. All of them are talking about Natarajan. Fair call. Like, where is Natarajan?
yes, exactly.
What?
And the move you made to bring in Nitish Rana just because two left-handers are there, that itself for me, even though it was a successful first over for you, but it didn't panned out well. I mean, like what I meant to say was the mindset has been very clear for the opposition now. So they know that these people are trying to tuck him with the runs, not going for the wickets or anything. That gives a lot of freedom. Being a batsman, if you ask someone like, is it okay for you if your bowler is no attacking the wickets or if he's going defensive? Any given day, anyone who is even out of form, they will be opting for the one who is going defensive. That's exactly what it showed. The mindset is like you cannot just the
People were
stop
asking where is
runs.
Natarajan, and the very
Yeah,
first
here it
ball,
is.
Abhishek Sharma
Here
has stonked him
is
for a massive six. Very first ball past the deep mid
man.
wicket. Fantastic shot.
This.
Fantastic shot.
By the way, on the link, which link you are on? You are on first link. I'm
I
operating on the
am.
second link.
I have no clue, bro. One of the links. That's all I know. I've been told
Okay.
keep changing the links. That's it.
Oh, is it?
Ooh,
Okay.
yeah.
I'll
Every
try to
once in a
load the
while,
first
if it.
one because the second one seems to. Yeah.
Brilliant shot, man. Brilliant shot. Oh, Sachin says share the link with us as well. Unfortunately, I don't think we are at liberty to do that. I wish we could. You can hear it through us or watch the game through us. We'll give you
Yeah.
as quick
Yeah.
updates as possible.
And as in anyone who doesn't like to know the result even before you watched it, then please delay our stream. It will be in
Yeah, yeah,
sync.
yeah. That is true. That is true.
Yeah, seriously, I loved the approach today by SRH. They aren't going bonkers. They're planning it out. That's seriously new from SRH after that dialogue being heard from what Abhishek Sharma, if I'm not wrong, where he says, right, like our team batting meetings happen just finishes
Yeah,
in 2 minutes. It's all about like hit, 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 hit. That doesn't work, bro. That doesn't work.
that's true. It's a wide meanwhile from Natarajan. Another
Yeah, it's
extra
is
there.
it given for height? I it seems like it's
Height,
given for
height.
height.
Yeah,
More
height
than.
given.
Uh, okay. I think there's one good thing is going for Delhi is like they have just given four extras, including this wide. That seems like they are bowling to their lines. That is one good thing from Delhi's end. But from here on, what do you think, Akshay? If you are in Delhi shoes, like what would be the thought process of yours? Like what else you would need love to change?
I mean, I would stick to. It's fair to say Natarajan will be bowling 4 overs consecutively in succession. So just try
Hmm.
and hope that his Yorkers, he is able to nail his Yorkers if he gets a bit of reverse, because again it's been a slowish, sluggish surface in that way. It's not been very. There's not been any sign of dew or anything like that. So if he gets the ball to tail in a little bit, it'll become easier for him to target those stumps and get a wicket. But right now, it's all about getting wickets. There's no point bowling defensively to them because they'll get that 1 over where they'll score 20, 30 runs, and that's all. That's
And
all they need.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I completely agree with your thought process. And then, having said that, there is one trickier thing here. Are DC going to ask for a ball change now?
They will in all likelihood. There's
I
nothing wrong
would
because
prefer
it's up to them.
it's better if you go with a softer ball. No, that might be a bit more difficult for a batsman to go for a longer shots. having said that, it might help in reversing a bit for Natarajan. Who knows? I mean, like, I'm just thinking in those lines.
The thing is, even the replacement ball that they go for, it'll be a used ball. It won't be a brand new ball. So if
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
going to
that
get any
that
reverse, they can get it even from the replacement ball. So yeah,
that is true. That is true.
let's
How
see.
accurate they would be? Like they would be like when you collect the balls of like this, let's say a bunch of 9 over old ball or 10 over old balls. I mean, like genuinely, you would be collecting all those and keeping them in a particular bucket of like, okay, this is all 9 over old balls and all.
I
Any
don't
idea
think
on
that's how
those
they do
sorts?
it. So basically, all these balls that are used, for net sessions, training, and all of these are collected and kept with them. And they just look at the condition of the ball. They don't look at the age of the ball. It's not that this ball is 12 overs old. Like a ball that's 12 overs old at the Wankhede, where there's a lot of dew, for instance,
Oh, that's great
is very
fielding by
different from.
Nisanka.
Oh, brilliant stuff! Brilliant stuff. This
Hmm.
excellent effort
Hmm.
there from
Hmm.
deep mid wicket. So yeah, a ball that's been used at the Wankhede. If let's say you're playing at the Wankhede where there's a lot of dew or expectedly a lot more dew, a 12-over-old ball at the Wankhede is very different from a 12-over-old ball, say in Ahmedabad, because there
Hmm.
there'll be more
Hmm.
wear and tear. There's not that much dew, or if there isn't that much dew, so all of those things matter. So they just look at the condition of the ball and they go for another replacement ball that is as close to it in terms of its condition. They don't look at 9 overs,
Okay.
8 overs, 7 overs. It doesn't
But
matter
then,
to them.
will it be ideal? I mean, like ideal in the sense, will it be okay? Like how, accurately you can make sense that like, oh yeah, this is most relatedly, this is the ball, which would be more, equal in
I
condition of
get
what
it.
it was taken out.
See, there's no way of being accurate. It's a
Hmm.
subjective call. You just have to trust the umpires. The captains also
Oh, beautiful
get a
Yorker.
chance to have a look at the ball. Oh, well done, Mukesh.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
the captains also get a chance to look at the ball. They can also sort of suggest, what we want to go for this ball. If the umpire feels that yeah, it's close enough to the actual ball, they're fine with going for it. But yeah, it's usually it's subjective. There's no way. Even if you feel that no, this isn't correct, you have to listen to the umpire at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. By the way, the evolution of Mukesh Kumar has been seriously good in the previous 2 years. I mean, even if we compare it with the before year, he was still more like a new ball bowler and all. But this year, man, he had been some of.
Also,
I think they
I
can review this. There was a small sound here. Yeah, yeah, they went for it.
They've reviewed it, but before this delivery was bowled, they showed a slow-mo replay of that run-out chance. I thought it wasn't a run-out.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
that seemed a lot more closer. I think Abhishek would have been out had Rahul collected it cleanly.
Yes, yes, yes. That was a
This
much
happened
closer
earlier this season
chance.
also, right? Was it versus CSK where Rahul straightforward chance he just did not collect it and
Ha,
hit the
popped out of
stumps?
his hand. Yeah,
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 yeah, that
yeah.
was versus CSK.
I couldn't remember the team, but I could remember this happening because it's been discussed in one of our
Yeah,
groups. Like it's been a easy miss by him. Uh,
they have reviewed
but
this. Meanwhile,
this looks very good. I mean, like Mukesh has changed quite a lot with the old ball. Uh, that's I think it would have touched the pad.
let's see. Ultra just finally
Yeah, it
used.
did. It did.
Yeah, there's the spike, so it is. It is, of course. There's a deflection as well, in all honesty. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so fair. Meanwhile, we have a someone. I'm sorry, I can't even read this handle. It's hard, but someone's asked this KLDC's best keeper. Do they have any other options? They do have Purell, but again, KL offers you so much in terms of 11. I mean, playing 11 balance and everything. So there's no point bringing in another keeper.
Yes. White.
Technically,
It
Subs
must
is
be
also
white.
keeper for what it's worth.
Yeah, yeah. Stubbs, even practically, if you talk about this, even Nisanka can keep, if I'm not wrong.
Oh yeah, Nisanka is there. Nisanka is there. I forgot about Nisanka.
Uh, more than the batting lineup change-ups, no, I would expect them to approach the game little differently from Delhi's point of view, more than the
Yeah.
batting order, and they have to settle on with someone on three. This musical chairs isn't going to work with for them. It's
That is true.
Oh,
That is true.
that's very smartly played by Abhishek Sharma.
Oh, it is. Also, quite a few unknown nobody. You're talking about Nikhil Chaudhary and why Delhi isn't playing him. Nikhil Chaudhary is a
Mhm.
part of the Delhi camp. He's not been signed. He's not been officially
Oh,
signed by them as Ben Duckett's replacement. So he's still not a part of the squad. So he cannot feature for them. He's just there. He's just hanging, chilling with them.
okay. It's kind of like a net bowler.
I don't even know if he's a net bowler or what. So teams usually do this. They have overseas players as part of their camp just to see if they want someone. Last year, if I'm not wrong, Otniel Bartman was with Delhi. He was training with them as well. So it does happen. They do bring in, if they like someone, then they potentially draft them in case of a replacement or something like that. So yeah, it happens.
I think Abhishek Sharma is moving tad bit early, which is making bowler's job easy to predict like what exactly is going after. But it's all open book. It's as of now. He is going for the hell leather for sure. I think Coach Atav is going to say he was saying something. There was a chat. Coach Atav is saying that since you replace the ball when it's worn out, especially here, a replacement ball which hasn't been, Abhishek will be similar soft as replaced one. Hasn't seen.
It no replacement ball
Yeah.
which hasn't seen. I mean, Atharv, I don't know if you're making a joke here or what, but it doesn't
Hmm.
matter if Abhishek has played it or not, right? At the end of the day, they just
Hmm.
look at the condition of the ball.
Yeah.
So it will be similarly. I mean, I get it. You're probably trying to say that Abhishek really gives the ball a proper whack, so the ball softens and all of it. So it doesn't matter. I mean, I don't know if this was supposed to be a joke. I'm sorry. Yeah,
It's
but
our
let's
bad
see.
that we couldn't articulate it that way in a funnier
Yeah.
way. uh,
So let us see. I know Nikhil Chaudhary is from Southern Brave, Delhi's other franchise, but they can sign him. They can just sign him directly. I mean, it doesn't matter if he's a part of Southern Brave or not or what. At the end of the day, you have to
hmm.
officially sign him over here. It's as simple as that, right?
Yes.
Full
Oh, he tried to go for a New
toss.
Yorker. It turned out to be a full toss, and it's into the
Six.
stands. For a
Oh,
moment, I felt like it hasn't been timed well. That's the longest
yeah,
part of the ground, if I'm
yeah,
not wrong. So,
that's true. That's why with Abhishek, you were talking about how because he's premeditating so much, it's becoming easier for Mukesh to target him. One thing we need to understand is that Abhishek has excellent hand-eye coordination. Those reflexes, it's like Virender Sehwag. It doesn't matter if
yeah,
your feet are moving. It doesn't matter if the bowler knows
yeah.
where. It's like AB de Villiers in a way. Mohit
Ah,
Sharma, Sandeep Sharma, they said, right, we know
we
where we're
know where
bowling.
to.
Yeah. But it
Even he
also
knows
means
where
that he
he.
knows. Yeah. So in Abhishek Sharma's
Then
case, it doesn't matter.
yeah. They went on to say that it's not that we felt that he also knows. They also know that he also knows that where we are going to bowl and where he's going to hit the ball, and still we are going to bowl there. That's the funniest part of all.
Yeah.
That's true. There are some talents which you cannot, we cannot give some cricketing sense to it. It's pure,
Yeah.
talent over there. Just watch and enjoy.
That is true. Meanwhile, it's been, yeah, a single. It's a single there.
Hmm.
Natarajan continues from the other end. Is Mukesh Kumar's hairstyle too good for him? That is true. This is true cricketing analysis, says Sivi. We'll save such conversations for when Jared is there. I think he'll be the one who will give you true stats on Mukesh Kumar's hairstyle and everything. So save it for him.
I understand many of the SRH fans or even the neutral fans wouldn't be liking about the fact that SRH were only one down by the end of 13 overs, but still yet scored only 152. But my point is, guys, don't fall into a trap of like this is just a road or something. I know that you would have already went into all these conversations what Akshay and Deepak Bhai would have had. This is by no means. It looked like a road at least. We never know after the dew falls, the entire scenario might change. You might ball might skid on well onto the bat and then you never know with those conditions. But as of now, the approach is still okay for me. It's like it's seriously good.
It has been very good, and it's been some poor bowling as well by Delhi, in terms of Kuldeep Yadav, Nitish Rana to some extent. Although, yeah, like someone was saying, he's not done too badly compared to the other bowlers, but you can't
Hmm.
rely on someone like a Nitish Rana. Simple.
N- now the biggest issue for a team like Delhi is that because you have all how do you articulate? I articulate it? It's like because you have all one type of bowlers. If you say, if does make sense, it's like one type of bowlers in the sense where you know that if they go for a hit for a one or two balls, all of them are going to be absolute defensive because but that's the first nature of them.
That is
I mean,
true.
like Mukesh Kumar, you can argue it, counter argue it, saying that no, he's not a defensive bowler by any stretch of means, but that applicable for him only in the new ball. When it comes to old ball, even he becomes equally defensive. It's like he is not. I don't see him going for any wickets or something. He just tries to outsmart the batsman, just read the batsman's mind and all. That which is fair enough in today's game and age. That's been slashed and oh, dropped. Who is that person? Is it Nitish Rana? That
Oh,
should
mine
have been
was
taken.
paused.
R- Rob would have been ripped it.
Oh, a
You
tough
know.
chance, but yeah, Nitish Rana should have done
No,
better
that
that
yeah,
boundary.
that's a tough chance for sure, but that should have been taken for sure. I
Yeah,
mean, like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Deep
mm,
point. It's been sliced very flat, and I don't think he had a lot of time to react to it as well.
yeah,
Did
yeah,
get down in time, but yeah, wasn't able to be in control. So yeah, loses track of the ball. A chance for Abhishek Sharma and a potential century up for grabs there. Let's see.
yeah. So he was dropped on 86, and his one of his runouts were missed when he was below 50, if I'm not wrong. Exactly on 50, he made 50 with that run, I think, with that
Oh,
double.
okay.
Yeah. So a couple of big misses from Delhi. Let's see how much it would cost them. It already costed them 30 odd runs, 37 to be precise. I would call it as 39 because he was on 48 and he took double.
Fair. Yeah.
Hmm.
All right. Anyways,
It's
last.
fine for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
This he constructed the over very well, Natarajan. All he need to is like he has to finish off now with the last two deliveries left over. Even if it goes for one boundary on a single, I would call it as a fair enough, good over for Delhi itself. Like I understand but if Delhi's mindset is such that to look at the scoreboard, then it's fair enough on them. But
Let us
how
see.
would you see like for the end of if let's say we are going to see one boundary on which is on the cards? Yes, sir. It has been hit properly through the covers, extra covers to be precise. Is it extra covers or over the covers? It's exactly over the covers, I think.
I'm
It's not
just
even extra.
seeing. Oh yeah, this is you can yeah. This is somewhere in between cover
This
and extra
missed.
cover region,
Yeah.
but well done.
This missed.
Nice
He
shot.
missed his mark over there, Natarajan. He tried to go for a Yorker and it turned out to be low, loopy, full toss, which is tough
Yeah.
to hit, by the way, because there is a math behind that. It's like those are the balls where your pace won't vary actually. So the point when you release it, when it dips it also at that point of time where you make the contact with the bat, there the pace would be equally same, which is not ideal for a batsman who is going for a long shots.
Yep.
So yeah.
Well bowled this. That the previous
Hmm.
low full toss still had, enough time for Abhishek Sharma. I mean, enough time as in it was full enough for Abhishek Sharma to get underneath it. This last ball again, that's the kind of low full toss you can't do anything about.
Yes, yes,
You
yes.
just can't
That
get
that doesn't
underneath
give
the
you
ball.
time. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Meanwhile, someone was asking DC is the best death bowling unit this year. I mean, they have the best run rate. I mean, they have the lowest run rate. These two
Yeah.
bowlers at the death
As
have
of
the
now,
lowest run rate.
yes.
Yeah, and second best balls per dismissal. So they have been taking wickets as well in that phase. So they haven't been too bad.
By the way, you know, Akshay, by any means, like if you got any time, have you looked into this? Like, who's the best middle over specialist as of now? I mean, like, not as in bowler, as in team.
Yeah, I can check
And
it right now.
no, no, no. I know the answer. I mean, like, you'll be shocked. I was just
Oh,
asking you for you to guess. I mean, like,
that
if
I
even,
know. I know the top three because I keep looking at these numbers every day.
but
So
who do you think it is?
unfortunately, I've seen it. I've seen it now, so there's no point in me telling it.
Yeah,
But yeah, very
yeah.
surprising. Economy
Isn't it?
wise, yeah, economy wise, KKR has been the best. So yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
So it is.
shot, yaar, and Rana gets
Yeah.
his fourth over, and he's been greeted with a fantastic
Now,
six down the
now,
ground.
now this
And
is absolute. I don't know how should I put it. It's like, is it a mindless tactics? Can we call it as that way? Like you're over relying on one bowler, and who are they trying to hide by making him bowl 4 overs?
they, I don't know. This is, there's this, there's a
Man,
fable.
oh man, that's beautiful. That's century for you guys from Abhishek Sharma.
Arre, rank long hop. It did not actually bounce a lot, but Abhishek Sharma did well to stay low and hit it for a six. And he also is not too happy with that shot, but he'll take it. He's got his
Yeah,
100. The peace sign or the
yeah.
L sign comes out. Well done. Well done.
And Abhishek
So,
Sharma scored 104 within 47 deliveries. That also shows how what
excellent
madness
stuff.
yesterday's innings was.
Yep. In fact, you were asking, I don't get it. What is this? So there's this very famous Greek fable. It's a story. Grandma
Okay.
stories, how we tell bedtime stories. So
Ha
there's this
ha
story
ha.
of Icarus. Have you heard of Icarus? Have you heard the name
No,
Icarus?
no. By any chance of means, I
Uh,
didn't. I haven't even overheard from
Very
somewhere.
small story. I'll tell it in. I'll
Okay.
try to wrap it up in 20 seconds. So Icarus is this guy who wants to fly near the sun. I mean, he wants to
Okay.
fly, not near the sun. He wants to fly.
He's to
So
fly. Okay.
he makes wings. He tries to make wings. He tries different things to make wings, but unfortunately, he's not able to make anything. His father is a great
Okay.
designer. His father helps him out. So his father makes these wings that are made of wax and tells them, now you can fly. Maze karo. He starts flying. He's nicely flying. He's happy with it. He's flying. He starts flying higher and higher. His father has told him, don't fly too high. If you go near the sun, wax will melt and you will die.
Yeah.
Except
Understood.
man was too greedy.
Understood.
So Akshay Patel here has been
The
Icarus
one
is
who
too
understood.
greedy. Yeah. Yeah. He's
IYK,
been told
YK.
don't give. Yeah. Don't give too many overs. But yeah, he still chose to. So yeah. That is what the story
Oh,
says.
that's so
Amartya ne,
unfortunate.
yeah.
That's so unfortunate for Ishan Kishan. And
Oh my word. Oh my word.
this is the only way even Akshar Patel would defend the move of Nitish Rana, I would
Uh,
say. Man, they were
yep.
so lucky to be honest. Nitish Rana specifically because he was about to go for a lot more runs than what exactly he went as of now.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
first over of his, they because they were also new to the ground, both the batsmen, they tried to go very hard on him rather than timing the ball. So it was just mistimed many a times. But once they
That's true.
got the gist of the pitch, the second over they have taken him down properly. There also still the one boundary was missed. Still he went for 20 runs, 20 odd runs. So
I'm
this
expecting
is
a
very
couple
very
more boundaries
lucky.
of the last two balls. By the way, just to sort of ensure that I'm maintaining the equilibrium of our stream. I mentioned Greek fable and all. Someone said, Amartya ki, you know what, bro, that's not the story. And now I'll quote Mr. Satish Kaushik from this great Bollywood movie called Main Tera Hero. Just to maintain equilibrium, to tell you guys I'm not that sophisticated or anything. I love my masala movies. So words पे मत जाओ भाई, भावनाओं को समझो. I'm pretty
Hmm.
sure that I might have gotten the story here or there. ठीक है, you understood what I was trying to say. Just let's move on
Yeah,
from
yeah.
that.
Man for the moment, man for the crisis for SRH had come, and they would just expect not much, but just even 30 runs for those 10, 12 balls would be enough for them. That's the kind of impetus this man is superly
Now
capable of.
I don't think even they're worried about Klassen, man. It's about Abhishek. If Abhishek stays till
Abhishek,
the 20th over, yeah.
ha, hey, he didn't get out, right? Like,
Yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah.
like,
So he's there, and I'm expecting him to go big. I'm actually expecting him to look for his 150. He got out. I mean, not got out. He made 141, if I'm not wrong, last year versus Punjab.
hmm,
So he'll be now looking to just go one up.
shot, shot.
I say two boundaries
Oh.
of the last two balls. Let's see if he gets both. He's gotten one over here.
One has come up,
Uh,
and how much did he score in this?
oh,
Already he
six
scored
six
22
four
odd runs,
six. Yeah, 22
three sixes and
runs.
1 4.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah,
And again, if you like, as an off spinner, as Nitish Rana, your only
hmm.
option over here is to nail the Yorker. Not a low full toss, not nothing else. The margin for error is zero. Like Nattu has some margin for error,
Oh, he
Mukesh
got
has some margin for error, Nitish Rana has nothing. If you miss your Yorker, you're just going to go for a few runs.
yeah.
Yeah. Since
The
someone,
last
since
ball was
Sachin's asked
better.
us which team do I support, I see you see me wearing almost every team jersey. This time I'm supporting IPL, bro. Just for IPL, just for shits and giggles, I'll be supporting every team. I've already won Chennai, Lucknow, Delhi, Punjab, and RCB as well. Five. I'm hopefully going to be wearing a lot more jerseys. All I want to finish each of the 10 teams at some point in time. So let's see.
Okay. By the way, I think couple of guys have asked us like about whether we are available for tonight's post-match review also. Yes, guys, we are doing it both in English and English. That's there. What happened? You are
Oh, I just saw the comments on like he's a diehard RCB fan. Bro, you saw me during the last RCB game. That's all I'll say. 50 for Nitish. That is true. That is true. End of
yeah.
his spell. I have no clue why did they decide to give him four overs, man, ahead of Akshar, ahead of Kuldeep. It's beyond bizarre.
You remember
I don't think
yesterday?
Akshar also bowled
Yesterday,
four overs so far, right?
no, no, he didn't, and I'm quite sure that he is not going to
He's bowled two
because
overs.
Nitish
Kuldeep's bowled two overs. So Akshar and Kuldeep together bowled four, and Nitish bowled four. Oh my
four.
goodness, this is
Oh,
like
because they felt like
crazy.
they will go hard on Akshar or Kuldeep because they thought like, oh, giving Nitish Rana will make much sense. Ah, hmm.
Beyond bizarre.
Akshar has abhi. Oh, okay. Court Noob is saying
Yeah,
50 for
yeah.
Nitish. Yeah, true. A landmark for Nitish. I think he didn't score a 50. No, no, he failed in all three instances where he got chances, I think.
Yeah, yeah. One run out, one random dismissal, and one good ball.
Hmm. I have seen one funny comment. Wasn't Vasanta is saying that guys ask Akshay whether your pet name is Down Under.
No comments. I'll just say
That
it's
would.
yeah. No, no comments. I won't say anything. I'm scared my girlfriend might be watching it. Babe, nothing. It means nothing. That's all. Just
Nice.
leaving it at that.
Oh my goodness. Now, so many thoughts are popping in my mind, but not for this show. That would be for latent show for sure.
Yeah. Call Samir Raina and we'll talk about this.
Yes.
But yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. And commentators will come for the boffins for this Rana matchup. Yeah, I mean, it's genuinely beyond bizarre. Given that you have Akshar and Kuldeep and they've both combined bowled four overs and you've given Nitish four, that just doesn't make sense. That really doesn't make sense.
Exactly. I mean, like, at least show some, what I would say, trust on yourself. If not on you, at least show it on Kuldeep. Shot. Is it going to be? Oh no, it's a no man's land. It's fall short. Oh man, how many misfields are they did they do today? Even when Abhishek Sharma reached his 100, right? Then the next ball after that was a misfield from Stubbs, which had went for four. So yeah, I don't know like how even DC is going to cope up with this.
I'm sorry I lost you there in the end. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Did they
All right.
did they gifted away at
Let's see what
least?
happens.
Can we number those at least 15 20 runs 15 runs in the field? I felt easy, yeah. 15 runs they would have gifted away.
I mean, if you count the run out and everything, so I'll say a bit more than that
Quite.
because a set Abhishek Sharma is so lethal, so dangerous. Had he been run out at
Yes.
49, yeah, you could have then bowled Akshar and Kuldeep a lot more
Hmm.
because then you would have had mainly right-handers coming in. So Akshar would be more comfortable using them. And Nitish Rana wouldn't have bowled, which means he wouldn't have given that 25 run over. So you can all too many what ifs to consider.
And if I'm not wrong, today even Vipraj was playing, right? Sorry, guys, I couldn't
No, no,
get
no,
time.
no.
I was driving back from my office to home, so I couldn't check the
Yeah.
playing 11 and all.
Nitish Rana came in for Vipraj.
Okay, fair enough.
And Akib Nabi. Oh no, wait. Nitish Rana came in for Akib Nabi. Vipraj did not play the last game itself. My bad.
Yeah,
Akib
so
Nabi came
today
for
even
Vipraj
Vipraj
whenever he
was not
came.
there. No,
Yeah.
I couldn't understand the concept of like if you're backing Nitish Rana, better back Vipraj Nigam, no, who would give you a depth in your batting because your batting doesn't need someone who needs the top order to be settled. The top order is more than settled from the way they play. I mean, like I'm not saying about the hitting range or the ceiling they might not have high, but they are more settled as in that way. Like they could easily plan it out, like how to need it. But then they need that impetus of someone needs to quickly fire for you. It's like 10 balls 30, 9 balls 25. Those are the kind of innings you can expect from the Vipraj Nigam.
I'm guessing they wanted a top order batter. Karun Nair also they tried last game. Samir Rizvi is a very slow starter, and also against the new ball or against pacers, he does struggle. So
They
they
all do the
wanted to
same.
give
Yeah.
Nitish Rana another chance. So fair enough. Fair enough.
I think Sunrisers had lost both their reviews for wides and they lost
Yeah.
both, which is okay. Oh, is it a wide? This is going to be wide for sure, isn't it?
It's wait, you're talking about the next. Oh yeah, now I'm seeing Engidi running in now. Oh
Uh,
no, I don't think that's a
uh,
wide. I don't think that's a wide.
okay, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think that was a wide. Fair. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Oof. By the way, since Kushal is a long time viewer from CD series, I do remember you, Kushal. He's asked us about CDCcricket.com. For those who don't know, was the company I worked for before this. So I used to lead content and commercials for this platform called Cricket.com, where we used to create a bunch of content and everything. Unfortunately, Cricket.com had to shut down last year. There was an RMG app ban, so the likes of Dream 11, everyone shut down. And so did Cricket.com because our investors were spooked. So that's the end of the story for Cricket.com. But we are still hopeful that maybe sometime in the future, if we find new investors or new buyers, then we might potentially resume it. But yeah, for now, as things stand, it's completely shut and there's nothing that will be coming on Cricket.com, be it social media or the website or the app.
Hmm. Fair enough. What do you think? Like Eric
Let's
Catmanch was saying that, oh, could Abhishek get to 175 here, the Gale's highest score?
Boom.
About 60 runs needed, maybe in 10, 15 balls.
I mean, see, can he? Of
Possible,
course, he can. Yeah,
but
I don't
but
think so though. It'll
yeah,
take a
yeah,
lot. He'll have to consume most of the strike, which I don't think Klassen will readily just keep rotating strike. He'll also go for his shots. He'll also start attacking.
yeah.
So yeah,
Singer was saying that the same thing. Did he say that? Yeah, he asked about the same part.
yeah.
58 needed in next 14 balls. Doesn't seem to be as of now, to be honest. Uh, Now Ngedi has bowled some brilliant over here. Oh man! Hey!
Let's see
Shit,
what's
man. How
happened.
many
Ah, man, this
drops?
is paused.
This is seriously bad. I mean, like, and I give
Pace on Yorker.
120 for the effort, but I felt
Very tough chance.
okay.
It's still a
It's
very
okay.
tough
It's
chance.
like
I mean,
it's
you
50
can't do
50.
anything
Yeah.
about it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The fact
At
that he
least he
saved the
saved
boundary
four
itself
runs.
is, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's good
4 or 5 runs. They ran only one.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't call that a catch at all because he
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah,
running and
yeah.
straight. There was no way he would have been in control. So, yeah, excellent effort. Excellent effort.
Having said that, the
And
shot
yeah,
was also seriously good. It was
yeah.
slower, wide off.
This I don't
Uh,
think was slower. This was, I think, pace on. I don't know. I felt this was full pace.
hmm.
Let's see. Yeah, attempted Yorker, but excellent shot. To hit it straight down the ground is not easy. Rohit, you've got that bang on. Akshay is wearing a DC jersey, so he's obviously cheering for SRH. Exactly. See, there you
Yes,
go. You
bro.
slow. You guys are slowly catching up to it. Good, good to see that.
He deceives that way. It is his way of deceiving
Yeah.
audience, if I would say that.
I think what now? Engidi has just one over left.
Yes.
Natarajan has a couple. And
Yeah, 3 overs
so
are
one more
covered
over
from
from
that.
Mukesh, I would. Yeah, Mukesh in all likelihood will bowl the fourth.
Oh, this has been beautifully played. Will it go for the boundary? Yes, it does.
4.
The outfield looks decent. I mean, like decently good, not so fast like yesterday's match. Have you seen yesterday's outfield in GT in Ahmedabad? Oh man, that was racing away. That's
As a
seriously good.
policy, I've decided to avoid GT games altogether, and I think it's done well for me because I missed the KKR GT game, and I got to
Uh,
know it was a very boring game. And yesterday's game also 199 play 100. I don't think is the kind of game I want to break my head over. So fair. Only if I'm
Fair
doing a
enough.
watch along. Yeah, yeah. Then
Hmm.
I'll wear the GT jersey just to support the opposition. So
Oh, it's a good shot. Just over. Deep short mid wicket, I think. Yeah, just over shot.
ooh, just over extra cover.
Hmm.
Just. But yeah,
Hmm.
I guess 2 runs there. Oh, that's Nasanka. Okay.
It's fair enough for the height. Shot control is
Squeezed it.
83% for today for Abhishek Sharma, which shows he is in control. More often than not, he usually does. Oh, this again a beautiful Yorker, almost at least the Yorker length.
Let's see. Ooh, chips it in the air again. No catching mid
Hmm.
wicket or mid wicket for that matter. I mean, yeah, good Yorker so far from Natarajan. He's executed it really well. Even then, man, because what you've got 21 deliveries remaining, you would realistically expect SRH to score at least 40 out of it. If you score 40, that's already a target of 236 we're talking about.
Yeah,
So it's going
yeah.
to be
But
incredibly difficult.
realistically, I feel these 21 runs would go up to 50, 55 odd. I mean, like
Could,
that's more
yeah.
realistically what I felt like. Hmm. Yeah.
You can
And
easily get to 250 as well from here.
yeah, yeah. They are capable of doing that, but the pitch isn't looking so supportive for that. And they are bowling well too. They are bowling to at least to their
Yeah,
field
yeah.
now. Yeah, as we all rightly said before, even not only us, many people have said this. Like, yeah, DC are a good death bowling unit because they are defensive mentally. From if you ask them to do the death bowling even in the first 6 overs, they would happily do that. That's how they are planned. I think if I'm
Interesting way of putting it.
hmm. Is it his? No, it is not his highest score. I think his highest score is
No,
141.
yes. I see him getting his 150. If he stays till the 20th over, so there's no way he's not getting to 150.
See, that's also a difference, a huge difference. Imagine
Whoa. Again,
if
excellent
SRH would
ball.
have
Great
been,
Yorker for
yeah,
Abhishek to just step
he-
down the ground and actually go past extra cover. Well done, man. Yeah, sorry, Shravan, you were saying.
no, I mean, like, what I was saying is that that's actually it's because DC, the one who are bowling and who they know that this is the one who is going to chase. They are not so fussed about the fact that we are not getting runs from last 2 overs because they know that they are already, above par, not
Hmm.
according to the ground, but according to DC's. Oh man, it's just almost could have been a good catch,
Played,
but yeah,
Klassen.
yeah, but
Played,
played
man.
really well.
No, for such a
The
big
com-
unit to get down in time and then switch the
in
grip and then
reverse,
scope it. Yeah.
mm,
Well done, well done. I don't know if he switched his grip, but yeah, to get down in time and reverse scoop it past
he
short third.
if he does against any of the teams, that means best luck, guys. Like because he is in the mood then.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That and yeah, what I was saying is that because it's DC, SRH are not so fussed about the fact that they haven't scored enough,
That's true. I
or
mean, they've
they
already
need
got
to.
into 200, by the way. 202,
I mean,
17
like
overs
to
done.
to go beyond what you usually expect. Like imagine if Punjab, RCB, in fact, even for the reason SRH themselves, if they would have been chasing, or who else? MI any given day, but we know that nowadays the MI was not the MI we knew earlier. But yeah, they are coming back to. Hopefully, at least they would come back to. But these are the teams where you overthink, or sometimes like, oh no, man, I'm still,
Fair.
you know, I should still score. It's the pressure on the batting unit because they have such good platform they are about to,
That's
they are
true.
bound to score that 48, 50 runs in last 3 overs. Now, even if DC doesn't, I mean, like SRH couldn't manage that 48, 50 runs, they would still be happy if they would only. And
Well bowled that, by the way. Again, slower, dipping, wide Yorker. Just dips below his bat. You can't do anything about it. Well done. Well done. Will I wear the GT jersey in the next RCB GT game? If I'm doing the watch along, then in all likelihood I'll wear the GT jersey. And there is the wicket.
Rahul
Rahul
is
is claiming
claiming for
it.
a catch. Yeah,
Yeah, so is NGD, but the umpire is unmoved and they have
yeah,
taken the review there.
yeah. They're bound to. It's
Let's
Abhishek's
see.
wicket, so
Yeah,
they
yeah.
cannot take chance.
And I usually do trust KL with these things. So
Yeah,
let's see.
yeah.
If he is confident, that usually means that it might be a wicket. तो देखना है.
Jumpsuit is saying that even in form, Abhishek cannot play Ngidi. Ngidi has been really good. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
seriously good. I mean, like, it's not about the inform or even a new batsman, guys. It's basically it's about, if you would have seen, there were few times where batsmen waited for these slower deliveries and they smashed them out of ground. So it's all about like reading the bowler's mind and all. As of now, at this point of time, yeah, I would agree with that point that no one was in a right position to capitalize on Ngidi. But trust me, teams will sit down for sure. Teams will look after like how's the good way, what's the good way to tackle him. So that's going to happen. By the way, the ball did touch the bat, but then it bounced, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, it's not out for sure. It most likely
Yeah.
was a bump ball. Yeah, I actually thought it probably was just the bat. Was the noise capture was maybe the bat hitting the ground. Like ball,
By the way,
bat
two
probably did not
dot
even hit the ball.
balls. Yeah, two dot balls are like goldest as of now for Delhi.
Oh, shoddy
Shot.
boy, that's a single, I guess. Yeah, just a
Yeah.
single. This is where Klassen will be now itching to sort of, start scoring some boundaries. 15 balls remaining. So, yeah, let us see. Yes, that was our channel, Lamu. Thank you so much. I will pass on the compliments as well to the designated producer or the dedicated producer, not designated. But yeah, let's see. Let's see. So far, so good from Ngidi. Just one run of the first three deliveries. Big them.
Abhishek's father is absolutely happy in the stands. Why
Oh,
not?
that's Abhishek's father. That's what I was wondering. Why
Yeah.
are they panning to him again and again? Oh, what a shot
Eh,
there, boy.
that's a
Six.
good shot and poor ball. Everything. What is
Poor
good
ball,
need to be
but Klaasen did not even hit it hard. He just timed it. He was just like,
Yes,
ja,
yes.
just go for it. Well
Yeah,
played, man.
well
Well
said.
played. Again, another, no, yeah, attempted slow one, but yeah, he got it massively wrong. Bowled it too full. It was a knee high, juicy full toss there. And Klaasen doesn't need a second invitation for those, does he?
It's not knee high. It's like above the knee high full toss. I think it's way too full. Uh,
Ngidi runs in again. Let's see what does he have now. Oh,
Shot.
that's a slot ball. Has he
That's
connected it enough though?
yeah.
Or
He did.
has
He did.
yes.
By the way, not the end of 18 overs. It's about to finish their 18 overs quota. By end of 18 overs, they already scored 29 boundaries, out of which 14 are fours and 15 are sixes.
Yeah.
15 sixes. Match that. Guys, match that if you could.
That's almost like 1-6 and over.
Yeah. 1-6 and 1-4.
See,
14.
four you can still expect like hitting
Yeah.
1-4 and over is something I can live with. Hitting 1-6 every over is just beyond bizarre. He finally gets his
It's
Yorker
beautifully
right.
bowled. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But the job
that's
is
a
done.
single there. Yep.
This is very
Good to see
smart way of
SRH making a
tackling
comeback.
Ingidi. 4 overs,
Yep.
41. Neither of us realized that, oh, he has been went for 10 runs and over. But the job isn't it to even go for 10 runs and over from Delhi's point of view. They are expecting him to be the strike bowler.
I mean,
Not a good
technically,
sign.
Yeah, technically he's still been their most economical bowler, so you can't
Yeah, yeah.
say much about
They
that.
would be still happy. They should be.
That
So 2 hours
that is
left.
true.
216. What's your prediction on like how much would they end up with?
I don't know. I'm thinking another 20 to 25 runs. I'm more like 240. I don't want to go too extreme because I'm confident that Nataraj will nail his, and I'm hoping that Mukesh will also nail his. I want this to be a competitive game. If they score
Competitive
250,
one.
two
Yeah.
sixty, then there's no point. Yeah, there's no point even watching the
Hmm.
second innings. I don't see Delhi chasing that down. Single taken
My
first ball, well done.
Yeah. So your prediction score would be like 240,
One.
241. Wow. Precise.
Yes.
My score would be 247. That's what I'm
All
expecting.
right.
Let's see.
I was just checking
Ah,
net run rates and everything. If SRH wins this, they go to number three. They go above RR. So well done SRH.
yes, yes, yes.
So, and that's a wide, guys.
White.
Wide.
That's a
Yeah.
wide.
Also, it'll be interesting to see KL Rahul's approach today because if it's going to be a 240 plus chase, there's no point trying to just start slow or anything. Both will have to go for the shots. Pathum and KL, and Pathum in all likelihood will go for shots anyways.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
yeah.
like he's still okay. He's still comfortable doing so. But I don't feel like KL that you remember. I mean, like I know people will call both of us out for saying this many a times, bringing in RCB's, discussions many a times. But we can't help, guys. That's a good shot. Is it going straight into the hands? Yeah, it has
Single.
been
Yeah.
failed. Yeah, it's single. So yeah, um, I was saying that KL in 2016 was seriously a different beast. I just wanted to see that kind of KL Rahul where he could end up scoring what 50 and 50 for fun and then like yeah,
No,
that
but
was the
KL
KL Rahul.
2018 for Punjab was
Yeah,
reckless.
yeah,
That,
was also
yeah, yeah,
peak. Yeah. I think that's where he scored that 14 ball 50, right? 13 balls or
yeah,
14
yeah,
balls
yeah.
50. Yeah,
14 balls. Yeah, yeah. That
was
was
50.
wild. Yeah.
Natarajan has been bowling to his field, which is seriously good. It's neither so slow and neither it's pacey. It's 126 odd. That says some story to us for sure. That means, guys, the pill, the stick is, the pitch is still sticking. I think it started to stick lot more for this half cutter, off cutters and all. It just seems to be one of those days where the off
Yeah.
cutters might help
Meanwhile,
bowlers
change of
because
bat for Abhishek, by the way.
Abhishek Sharma.
Let's see. Akib Nabi and Natarajan having a laugh on the other end.
Hmm. If these three balls will go for boundaries, that's done, sir. That's done deal for Delhi. They'll be going their shoulders down by the end of
I
first
mean, there's
innings.
still another over after this. Mukesh Kumar has to
But
bowl that. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, like, but they will be like morally, they will be very down for me. I mean, like,
Oh, well
oh,
bowled, Nattu.
beautiful
Excellent
man.
Yorker. Jumpsuit,
That's
that's
the
again
old
very
Natarajan.
harsh on KL, by the way. He's
Expecting
Jumpsuit says at this point, expecting a KL 250 strike rate innings is like expecting Chahal to bowl 140. I mean, I don't know. Maybe
That's way
I'm.
too
Yeah.
harsh, Zambai.
Yeah.
I understand your emotion behind it, and we agree to it. Like, yeah, I mean, like, we cannot expect that peak of hitting from KL Rahul, but just remember, Chahal might not have ever bowled in at 140, but KL Rahul did
Is that a
hit 250.
wicket? No.
No,
On the
it is
bounce to
not.
long gone. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, I think neither of our your prediction is still on. I feel if this ball goes for six, I think my prediction will also be on,
Let's
and
see what
we
happens. I'm
we
hoping it's not a six. I hope they are restricted to 230, 235. That will make for an interesting second innings. Even 241 will be too much to chase.
I mean, like we take it very lightly for saying these things. Like, oh man, if it is
Oh, good Yorker.
What a ball!
Excellent stuff.
This
Excellent stuff.
this
Just
over
6 runs of this over. 6 runs of this
this
over. Brilliant stuff.
this over defines why people were slamming in our chats also, like, why, where is Natarajan, where is Natarajan? This is the
Yeah,
absolute reason for it. It's
true.
a very interesting scoreboard, 2 for 2 by the
That's
end of
true.
19 overs.
Mukesh, meanwhile, in for his last over, and Smashutosh in all likelihood will be the impact player. So yeah,
I think we might see Abhishek's 150 today.
let us say
It's just a
from here it will be difficult though. But let's see, 20 runs by himself off the last over will require him to face
not
at
after
least four or five deliveries.
last over. He can maximum he can face is 5 deliveries because Klaasen is on strike if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, yeah. And he'll need
So
four.
five,
He'll need at least four deliveries.
yeah, and we are expecting all of them to go out of the board.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Let us see. We see
Ah,
SRH bowlers training meanwhile. Mukesh running in. Chalo, come on, Mukesh. Slot ball. Klassen
no,
goes
no, no.
over the.
It's not
Yeah,
traveled anywhere,
it's a
but it
four. It's a
has
four.
been put in the gap, so it's been for
Well done. Excellent
well
shot
timed.
selection, then. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, because he
yeah.
knew that mid off and cover both were inside the circle, so might as well just go try and clear the inner field. Yeah.
Today, this SRH is giving me a different vibe, to be honest, Akshay bhai. It's like they aren't fussed about not getting boundaries. These are the teams where you expect, like, oh, you restrict them, you bowl them 4 dot balls, you'll end up getting a wicket. That's not the case today at all with SRH. They are
Yeah, they're
very
looking pretty good
mentally
now. They're
prepared.
looking pretty
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
In attempted Yorker, short
Shot! Is
again.
it
Six it is. Six.
six
Brilliant
or
stuff. Two attempted Yorkers that have ended up being just over pitch deliveries, and Klassen has taken full toll of it. Once
yeah?
again, the margin for error against Klassen and Abhishek, it's so little, you just can't do anything.
And what's the idea behind your bowling or death over and not having a long off?
No clue. Very bizarre. Very
Okay.
bizarre because it's not like Klaasen is the kind who scoops a lot. I know he did reverse scoop
Exactly.
a boundary, but
Hmm.
that doesn't happen a lot. What happens a lot is him playing in the V, him playing straight down the ground. So, wow. Very strange. Very strange. Four more deliveries.
Now they had brought in long on, long off.
Yeah, and third man's coming. So it's
Third
a
man.
short third. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. It's a.
He tries the scoop,
Now
doesn't
he's trying to
connect it.
scoop
There
it.
you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, doesn't connect it again. Oh, he's
That.
pissed with himself.
Yes,
Absolutely
yes.
pissed.
Yeah,
Oof.
yeah. That shows how aware he is with the field changes and everything, like how cleverly they are selecting their shots. It's not about like pure hitting, they are hitting it on the merit of the ball along with the merit of their idea about the ground and the where the fielders are and everything. That's seriously good. Now if they could continue doing this for, like, let's say couple of matches, then SRH will be in contention for sure in the top four. Like, because now the hitting with brains, as we usually call, there is a cliche, right? Beauty with brains. Now this is called some hitting with brains, which is should be great to watch.
Hey, that was a wide, but he
Wide,
slashed it
it's way too
fine.
wide.
Four. That's another four. Wow.
Okay. Now,
Slashed.
how do
He just
you
went
see
for it.
these kind of things? I've been many times, I couldn't answer my own question in these cases. Do you okay? Are you okay if the batsman goes for those kind of deliveries and if they end up getting for a 4 or a 6, or better play cleverly, like just leave the ball? It's going anyhow. It's going to be wide. Utilize that ball and use the extra ball to send it out of the park. Like, how would you? There might be a big chance that the next ball might be a proper Yorker for you. You might not even be in a position to play it. So how do you think about it? I never had an answer, right answer for this, to be honest.
No, simply put, for me, it's like, yeah, if it's a wide, leave it. I don't care if you get a boundary because there's also the risk of you getting out that delivery,
Hmm.
trying to attempt something. Like Abhishek could have gotten out because he wasn't in control
Yeah.
of that shot. So it's very hard to be in control of such wideish delivery. So I'd rather just you not attempt any shot whatsoever. But I get it. It's easier for me to sit in my AC room and just say and tell Ki he shouldn't play wide balls. when the adrenaline is pumping, you've got three balls remaining in the innings. You want to attack
I
every ball
agree.
that comes towards
I
you. So
agree. Mm,
I get
mm.
that. Anyways, Abhishek Sharma, 135 right now. He can potentially, sort of tie his previous highs of 141 if he gets the strike on the last ball and hits a six. Let's see.
But
Klassen
he
now
is
on
the
strike.
one who took, yeah, who took single and
Yeah,
given.
yeah.
Oh,
What's happening
that's
here?
four.
Fold, fold.
242. So, Akshay, your prediction is much nearer. So, you said 241, right? Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair
Oh
enough.
man, this over is gone for a
So,
lot. Gone for a lot. Oh,
hmm.
that was the end of the innings. For some reason, I thought there was
Yeah.
another delivery.
No, no,
Okay,
no.
my bad.
It's
So, yeah, 20
it's the
runs
over.
coming of that over. 242 for 2 is what SRH have ended with. That's a beast of a total for SRH, and that's going to be a very, very, very daunting target for the Delhi Capitals. We'll take a quick break and be back, of course. We both need
Yeah.
some time off because we've seen some manic hitting so far. So we'll be back soon. Until then, I'm pretty sure our producers will be playing a podcast or something. So do check that out. We'll be back in 15 minutes tops, maybe 20, maybe 25. Don't complain if I do come a bit late. Joking, guys. Joking. Just joking. We'll be back soon.
Yeah. Thank you.
Cricket has never finished at the close of play. It lives in the arguments, the memories, the comment sections. Cricket makes you talk. Combox is entering that chat.
Episode 104 of the Crick Picks podcast. I'm Varun Alvakonda and I'm joined by Saurabh Samani and Shayan Ahmed Khan. Today's episode of Crick Picks is on the greatest IPL innings ever, or at least our favorite, the best, whatever the hell you think it is probably that. And our job is very simple. It's just to annoy you guys with our picks. Gentlemen, any thoughts?
We are going to miss a whole lot of innings. So I think your objective of annoying people will be met, more than met, because I'm sure the comment section will be filled with how did you not pick this? How did you not pick that? So I'm
And as
looking
always,
forward to
comments will be calm and reasonable about it as well.
that. They always are.
They always are, yeah. So yeah, forgot to say this is a snake style. Is this a snake style draw? This is a snake style draw.
It
For
is.
It goes 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. I'm going first, I think.
You are first. Shayan is second.
Yeah.
I'm third.
Yes. So I'm just going to go purely vibes with this. I'm taking Tala's 84-48 versus RCB in the famous
my
game where they
God.
lose by 1 run. Yeah, I don't care about objectivity with this podcast. I'm going with my favorite. It is by some distance my favorite MS Dhoni innings in the IPL. And the 2019, you'd also say, was the last time MS was an actual batter in the IPL and not like a post-credit scene, and not a cameo, right?
So your first pick is something that didn't make my list.
That's fair. I think that's understandable.
Yeah. Which one was this? This was in Chennai. Oh no, in Bangalore.
Bangalore, yeah. This is the one who nearly chases 26 versus Umesh. I think he comes
Oh
in.
right, that match. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So you have picked in a losing cause. The first pick, the
Yeah.
greatest IPL innings is in a losing cause, and it's not a century. It's yeah.
Yes, sir.
I like it.
Yeah. All
Who's
right
next?
then.
You're next, Shan.
Yeah. It's my turn. I'll go with Chris Gale 170 pretty much. I was expecting Varun to pick that as the first obvious one. Not just because it is the highest score, but because it is also the fastest IPL 100. And getting there in 30 balls back in 2013, that was just something really ridiculous to me, I think. And it was also, I think if you remember that game, I think it's Bhuvi and another bowler, I can't remember who.
Luke Wright.
But they don't go for any runs, but still, yeah,
Luke
Luke
Wright,
Wright,
Luke
exactly.
Wright.
I was thinking, but I was not sure. Yeah, so those two didn't go for any runs, and still RCB managed to score 263. So I think that was quite
And
ridiculous.
we can all blame
even that
Dilshan
was
for
the
them
world.
not making 300.
Yeah, and that was also the IPL record for quite some time, right? I think until the recent seasons. Then getting there, and it was a pretty big deal. So the whole thing of 263 and 49 was always there with RCB, that they had the highest score and the lowest score. And Chris Gale was, funnily enough, part of both of those innings. And I think 175, I think that has to be the best innings for me.
I think
You know
that's,
what
we
would
have
be-
to put it up there, right?
Yeah, that should have been the first pick, Varun. But
Yeah, exactly.
Have to go rogue sometimes.
you know what would be great is if RCB get the new record, which is 263 plus 49. So they make what would that be? 312. That would be the new record. They breach 300 and they do it with 263 plus 49.
Indeed.
Uh,
Impacts of plus
uh,
95 for that knock, by the way.
Oh wow, that is ridiculous.
that I'm assuming that's the highest impact ever for any IPL knock?
Yes.
Yeah, has to be, I think, or at least
Okay.
close.
So is it my turn?
Yes, you have 2 picks.
Okay, so I actually made I did some amount of research before this. I used the help of Cricket4 Smart Stats. I was very kindly given the list of highest impact innings by Smart Stats. So I used that to help me whittle it down a little. I still have more than 15 that I want to pick, but I at least, got hold of some of them that were not maybe so famous. So what I'll do is I'll pick the first one will be one of the open goals. So I'll go Suresh Raina's 87 in the 2014 qualifier 2, which actually would have beaten Gale for the quickest 100 if that run out hadn't happened, if George Bailey had missed. And or Varun wants to blame Brendan McCullum for that. That is completely fair. We can blame. Actually, it's the season to blame him, right? So we can actually blame him for whatever has happened. But that was hitting of a quality and cleanness and level that I don't think has been replicated in the IPL. Like, of course, Gale and the McCullum in the first match, and there have been a lot of Abhishek Sharma, Travis Head, Heinrich Klaasen, all of these guys' knocks have been there, but a lot of that you feel is slightly finesse married to brute force or power or something, or or Andre Russell, Pollard, whoever. This one was just clean hitting, but it didn't seem like, when I was watching it, it didn't seem as if there was a lot of power. Of course there was, but it just was so clean that it just sort of whistled off the bat. It was amazing to watch, and I thought, which was unthinkable then, that he would chase down 230, and I thought, like, here we go, Chennai make yet another final, and everyone is going to say again that, oh, it was fixed, because they barely made it to the playoffs that year. I think they like in many years they sort of just scraped through and made it to the playoffs, because that year
they were good that season. What happens is there's another knock which may or may not be picked that moves them from 2 to 3. I think they were always well ahead. I think they lose 3 in a row, but they were never out of the playoffs race in that season. I think 2012 that is when RCB bottled it. 2012 is when RCB bottled it and easily let them through, basically.
2010 is when Dhoni punched his helmet and got them over the line in the last match and all that. Right. Okay, my mistake. But for my money, Kolkata Knight Riders and Punjab Kings, or Kings 11 Punjab as they were called, were clearly the 2 best sides in that IPL, and they deserve to be in the final. But Raina single-handedly would have prevented that if he wasn't run out. So Raina 87 is my first pick. And for my second, there are a couple of open goals, but I'm thinking I'll pick some of the non-open ones so that I get those picks in, and I'll leave the open goals to you guys. So actually, I'll pick a Virat Kohli knock. It's a Virat Kohli 113. Quite astonishingly, but it is not the 113 he scored against Rajasthan Royals, which came off 72 balls. It is the 113 he made against Punjab in 2016. That was the reason I'm picking it, is for 2. I don't know if it ranks. Of course, it would have had a good impact, but I don't think it ranked in the top 10 also for impact. But it was in a 15-over match. He made 113 of 50 balls, and he did it with a hand that was so badly cut that you can't hold a spoon with that hand. So I have seen, images of what the injury was like. It was terrible. It was just, I remember at that time, 2016, thinking that his season is done. Instead of the season being done, he just came out and hit a 113 of 50 balls in that knock. I think he had some 11 stitches or something, if I remember, and all in this small portion of the hand. So deep the cut was that it needed 11 stitches in that portion. So just for that, which doesn't count, in any impact scores or something, like how, with what sort of injury you have done it, and RCB were also facing virtual knockouts in all of their last few league matches. They needed to keep winning to qualify, so there was that added pressure. So just because of
4-4.
and because we can't have this list without picking one Virat Kohli knock unless we want our houses to be stoned. So I'm doing the honors and I'm picking that one. That is my it's weird. My favorite Virat Kohli knock is 113 and my least favorite one is also 113. So I'm picking the one I like.
Understandable. It's back to Cheyenne again.
Yeah, I don't think I would have picked it so high, but I would have probably mentioned it as one of the innings that I have a personal
I agree.
connection with.
I agree.
It's not.
I remember following that season very closely.
I love that knock, but I
So,
don't think it's
not.
it's in the
it's
top
not
10
fourth.
for 15. I think
It's not
Yeah.
fourth for me. I just picked it so that it's there in the list.
that's
So
fair.
that yeah.
Understandable again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right then. Looks like I have the next one. I think I'll go with the final innings. I'll go with Shane Watson 117 in the 2018 final. And what makes that innings ridiculous is that of the first 10 balls he didn't even score a run. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was the other season. 2019 was the season where he was not making any runs and then he turns up in the final, right? I think he still had an impact in 2018. But the fact that, stepping up against that SRH bowling attack, which was very much, I think, back then a bowling team. So performing against them in the final, chasing down a decent score in a final, I think we have to talk about that innings for sure. And anything specific that you remember, probably if you covered that game, Saurabh, what stood out to you?
No,
probably the way
I
he took down Sandeep or Rashid at later points.
I wasn't at that game, but I also had that very high, and because it was in a final, and not because of the final tax by high pressure, but because typically the teams that make the playoffs are the ones who are the best performing in that IPL season, right?
True.
I mean, if you look at just the squads, everybody has a good squad, but it all depends on that season's form and who has the breakout season that year. So if you have reached the final, you have had a lot of things going right for you that season and a lot of quality. So against that, if you make a big score, I would give that a little bit extra weightage. So that one was pretty high up for me also.
So he makes 43 of 16 against Sandeep Sharma, 31 of 11 against Siddharth Kaul. Against Shakib, he goes 8 for 3, and against Rashid, he goes 14 of 10. So I think he doesn't actually take down Rashid to that extent, but it's the two Indian paces that he really goes after. And Bhuvi, he plays out comfortably 3 of 10. So again, Watson qualifies as one of those intelligent T20 batters for me. I think his numbers don't always look the prettiest, especially in the IPL, I would say, where I think he has an average of 32, strike rate of 133, which might be worse numbers than you remember him for. But it's the fact that his impact as an all-rounder and then probably across T20 cricket in general, he has pretty solid numbers as a batter too. But I think it was this ability of his to, really perform when it mattered the most. I know this sounds a bit cringe at times, but the fact that he has done it over and over again across tournaments, the ironic thing is that he actually flopped for RCB back in 2016 with the ball and couldn't finish it with the bat. So that thing will always be there for RCB fans. But yeah, I think we have to mention.
I mean, in his defense, he was their best bowler in that tournament. That bubble had to burst at some point.
I completely agree.
Unfortunately, it burst all over their face in the final.
Whenever people used to...
Yeah.
The thing is, whenever people used to diss RCB and they used to be like, oh, Shane Watson was their main bowler, I used to be like, guys, he had a good season. It's just that he flopped in the final. He wasn't bad for them as such with the ball. So
Shane Watson is a good bowler. It's not
Cricket has never finished at the close of play. It lives in the arguments, the memories, the comment sections. Cricket makes you talk. Combox is entering that chat.
Welcome back to Combox. I have replaced however many people were doing the first innings for this definite factual defence from SRH, because we can be absolutely sure that they always defend just like last time, of 242. Hopefully some chats will come up on the screen. Otherwise, I'm just going to be blathering on about nothing. If only DC had someone like Ashutosh, is a hard agree from me, Gyanded. I would have picked him anyway right at the start, and would have him every single game. Can they sub him in? Maybe. If not, they absolutely should. So who have they got to chase these? I am not today betting on SRH to defend, because I got badly burnt when I did, even though they were nowhere near as short as this. But they were still quite short to defend last time. This time they are 85% to defend these. So yeah, I assume Ashutosh will come in as the sub, but they're just not going to sack him off for a chase like this, because you can't have Miller and Stubbs both chewing 10 balls each, as Madhushanka comes in for his first go of the season and gets one right on the money to Nissanka, and he blocks it. And if they do any more blocking, they're going to really struggle to chase. How good was Abhishek? Varun is really angry at Abhishek because he scored 21 off his last 18 balls. So Varun would have retired him. I thought Travis Head was pretty rubbish, even though he got 37 runs. I thought he looked quite bad. And we saw something from Klassen that we have not seen for a long time, and that is him blasting it from ball one, and he was brilliant. And he was doing it at Ngidi as well. No one else has been able to do that. So that is a massive plus. Those 13 balls of mayhem from Klassen is a huge plus for SRH, as the first run of the chase is a nutmeg, as Nissanka chops one through his legs, takes the one, and tells KL to get on with it. I mean, their only real chance is high intent KL. Nissanka has actually been quite high intent the last year or two. And they probably need Rizvi to go at it from ball one, because we know that Stubbs and Miller don't. And then it's all I mean, they do have Rana. I wouldn't mind Rana at 3 if he's going to belt it, but he just hasn't looked up to it at all. Be interested to know your thoughts on him bowling a second over today, because when you've burgled an over of nonsense, which is what Rana's got, when you've burgled an over of complete nonsense, then and you get away with it, you cannot then bowl him again. And we were saying when he came back, this is a huge gamble, and then smash, smash, smash. And if Abhishek would have faced all 6 of those balls, it would have gone for at least 30. Here's one from S at Jumpsuit. The issue was that he got SRH to a good position after a collapse, but couldn't finish the way he is doing right now. Well, I don't know what the issue was with Klassen before, because I was looking at his numbers, and he's getting 30. He's got at least 30 every single innings, as Madhushanka dots up KL. At least 30 every single innings this time, but basically every time he's tried to go into 5th to push the button to go nuts, he's got out every single time. Whereas today, obviously his entry point was much, much later than normal, because they didn't collapse like they have done in nearly every other game. He had full clarity to just belt from ball one, but as I said in a previous watch along, I didn't think he had that 5th gear. We certainly hadn't seen it for a while. Still in his bag of tricks, but he proved me wrong today, because that was some excellent hitting, and they need to do some excellent hitting in this chase now. As Akshay joins in, as he watches a very exciting single off the 4th ball. So there's 2 dots and 2 singles from Madhushanka, who is a man that I am glad to see in the IPL. And I'm glad to see you here, actually, because if I had to talk to myself for much longer, it would have gone full-blown mad. How's it going?
All right, I'm back just in time. Going good, going good. I'm just excited to see how KL Rahul goes about his business. Like someone said in the chat, a mundane 29 ball 42 in a 240 chase is what he's expecting of Rahul. So let's see if that happens.
Nissanka has decided that this blocking and nudging is no good to anybody, and has just picked up Madhushanka off middle stump and clattered him over the leg side for a huge, very good shot.
That's a brilliant shot. That's a brilliant shot. There we go. There we go. Are you giving Delhi any chance?
Yeah, because SRH's bowling is awful. Yes, that's the root of them winning, is that SRH bowl so badly that they kind of have to chase them. I don't think they're probably the second worst IPL team in terms of personnel to chase 240, aren't they? It's them and
That's true.
GT. At least the rest can
Yeah.
have a special. I mean, Chennai are now, they don't have match rate unless they want to put Irvin in. 8 off the over in the end, 8 off the first with a booming great big six from Nissanka being the only highlight. I give them a very small chance, but I don't argue with the market that says they get this done 15 times out of 100. Seems fair enough.
Yeah, fair. I probably would have pegged it more at 10 or 12 or something, but yeah, 15 is a fair shout. Did you watch yesterday's game, by the way? Speaking of GT, MI versus GT, 199 playing
Yeah.
100.
It was shit. It was really weird. It confused me, actually, that game. As speaking of confusing things, Reddy is now bowling the second over. So they're trying, what SRH are trying to do with this bowling attack is make Reddy bowl every single over from 1 to 20 by the tournament end. And they get, because he's had 1, he's had 7, I think he might have had 10, and now he's got 2. So let's see how he goes against KL. But what did you think of that?
It's also
I was utterly confused by
Yeah.
GT and Mumbai yesterday.
So it's almost as a matter of principle, I've decided to avoid all GT games unless I'm doing a watch along. So I stayed away from KKR versus GT, from MI versus GT, and I think it's held me in good stead because I saw this Coca. I was like, yeah, I do not want to watch such games. I'm tired. I'm sick and tired of this. So that batting lineup has never inspired any confidence in me. If anything, I mean, as schadenfreudig as this might sound, I've been rooting for GT to fail ever since the mega auction. The fact that they made it to the playoffs last season just made me pull my hair. Like, how on earth is a side with just 3 batters and probably 2.5 bowlers making it to the playoffs? So,
Well,
yeah.
I think it's a bit harsh on the bowling, but as far as the batting goes, we've never ever seen what happens when they lose all of those 3 early. And we saw what happened yesterday. We all suspected what happened yesterday would happen if ever all 3 of them went early, because all 3 of them went in the power play. They were complete shit. They just got rolled. As KL is getting some treatment here, which is really bad news for the chasing team. Let's have a look. What did he do? He's holding his elbow. So he had a big, ugly swipe at that one. Hand came off the bat. What's he going to do at this one?
Oof. Also, you said KL is probably injured, and that's really bad news for the chasing side, for the defending side, for the fans. For whom?
Well, he sent the trainer off pretty quick, so he's obviously feeling all right. But he seemed to be holding his elbow kind of region there. No idea what's up with him. As Rana appears to have the helmet on to bat number 3. Okay, I don't think he's due very many runs. Although you have to say, considering every single bowler got whacked, this is a good deck, isn't it, Akshay? Good pitch.
That's true. That's true. But Delhi's bowlers were also pretty ordinary. And knowing that SREs also have a lot of inexperience in their bowling lineup, I think this is as good a day as any for KL.
I don't know whether that's 4 or 6, but he's got hold of it, KL.
Oh, sorry, boy. Not connected as well as he would have liked to, but
half a dozen.
That's a 4. Oh, that's a 6? Oh.
Yeah, it's just hung in the air. He picked it up from outside off and just dragged it all the way over the leg side. Almost off the inside edge, the way that I don't think he's missed that, but it's carried a long way for 6. And this is the sort of thing that gives the chase hope, isn't it? When both of these, guys that you don't associate with belting 6s early have got 1 away each. They both got identical numbers.
Yep.
7 or 4 each.
Yeah, that's true. And I feel days like these make it very easy for KL because you're chasing 240, you need a 6 or a 4 every over. So you just have to go for your shots. He does go for the shots. He's not connected that either, but that's a 4. Well done.
Yeah,
and by the way, KL still.
But on this pitch, you can slog in the power play. You can slog. You can trust the pitch. You can mow through the line. I mean, they're mowing across the line so far. But it is a good enough pitch for if you have the right intent, you can come off. So I don't think it's like really risky to be going for it.
That's true. And by the way, KL is still wincing in pain, so I'm not sure, if that's also going to play a role in him just wanting to play his shots and move on because, if he can't deal with the pain. Ooh, misses there on the cut. But, you were talking about Nitish Kumar Reddy and how probably SRH are trying to bowl him or give him every over from 1 to 20. In a way, it's also a testament to the fact that he's become this sort of dependable bowler this season, like someone who you can rely on even with the new ball, even in the middle overs, even at the death at times. So that's also a good sign, for SRH and Team India as well, if you want to go that far. He's clearly added a couple of yards to his speed, so that's a good sign. So he's not been batting too well either. I mean, he's not been doing too bad with the bat either, so that's good.
He's really, really good at cricket, Reddy. I love what he did when he came into the Test side. It was Australia, wasn't it? He got plenty of runs against.
Yep, MCG 100.
So he's got character, and he's multi-skilled cricketer. I'm not sure that his T20 bowling is all that yet, and I'm not sure he is somebody you don't want to be relying on him for 4 overs. But if you can get to a stage where you're getting 2 overs out of him, and he's also a multifaceted bat, because he can bat anywhere really. He can bat 3 and he can bat 7. And anywhere in between, and he's a good firefighter. He's very good at that. So yeah, he's got boatloads of talent, hasn't he, the kid?
I mean, the last ball was 139 clicks, by the way. That's incredible.
That's good. So his pace is building. He looks like he could do with maybe a bit more muscle.
Yeah,
I don't know whether that last one stayed a little bit low, but Nissanka made it look like it did.
That's true. And also about what you were saying, I still think he's an upgrade over, say, the likes of, say, Shashank Singh, Ramandeep Singh, Shivam Dubey. So that way he can become a regular 2 overs bowler at the very least, like you said. If he can do that, I think that's more than enough already for SRH.
Yeah.
A dependable 2 overs bowler. It almost sounds like an oxymoron, to be honest. How can you be dependable and still be dependent on only for 2 overs?
But that's what you want. Like, if it's going really well for him, occasionally you'll be able to get 4 overs out of it. But if you can get 2 more often than not, that's a very good thing to have. Because particularly if you're SRH, because they have a bowling attack that is always an accident waiting to happen, isn't it? That one of them has a bad day or 2 of them. You need extra overs, as Madhushanka gets whacked straight to the fielder by Nissanka, and that is the first pole, 21 for 1.
Oh!
It's just mid-off, dead easy, straight into his hands. Liam Livingston takes the catch.
Who's Liam Livingston subbing for? Klassen?
I guess so.
Yeah, it's usually Klassen in that position.
Or maybe Abhishek wants a rest.
I don't think you can sub. An overseas player can sub for an Indian. You can only have 4 overseas players.
No, I mean just in the field. So obviously, as far as subs go, Madhushanka's the sub, right? He's the impact sub. He's come in for Travis Head, but Liam Livingstone is sub fielding for somebody. I assume Abhishek's having a rest after batting the whole innings.
But Rob, you can't even do that. You can't even be a substitute fielder. As an overseas player, you can only be a sub fielder if an overseas goes out. Like you can only have 4 overseas players. Yeah, you can only have 4 overseas players on the field at any point in time.
Probably having a rest then.
Yeah. In all likelihood. Oh man, he was looking good in general in the tournament. He's headed straight to Livingston, straight.
Yeah, he needed to go up and over him and just didn't get any elevation at all. As Rana walks in
Time
at
3. For your favorite, your favorite. Yeah,
I mean,
Mr. Nitish Rana.
I've loved Rana throughout his IPL career, but I think this is a season too far for him, and he wouldn't be number 3 in my team. Put it that way. Let's see how he goes today. What he should do to get himself back into form, or attempt to, when they need 220 odd in 18 overs, is just smoke it from ball 1. Don't overcomplicate anything. Don't try and play yourself in. Just stand there and hoof it, because if he comes off for 15 minutes, he gets his team closer to the finish line. But if he prods about and gets an ugly 25, then he's really digging a hole for his mates.
That's true. But you do make it sound a whole lot easier than it is, Just go there and hoof it from ball.
Go and whack it.
Yeah.
Mow through the line. Just flick him into the stands.
Rohit meanwhile says, Rob, that big black mic looks something. I'll just put it that way in front of your face. I just noticed and observed how big the mic is. I did not ever actually make note of it. That's quite big. Speaking of big, that's a big wide there. 5 wides to Delhi Capitals and Dilshan Madhushanka.
No, I think this hit the bat.
Oh, it's
the
glove. The bat, is it? Oh,
I think it might have off the glove. So that's a chance first ball for Rana. And he's got
Oh, it's at the shoulder, I guess. It's
he
at
is
the
he is
shoulder, but like,
docking the ball. It's hit the glove and gone just past the despairing wicketkeeper. Just.
yeah.
It's
Wow.
Aurora, isn't it, who keeps wicket now for this lot?
Yeah, that's true. Oh, that was a dive and a half there from Aurora. Unfortunately, I was nowhere close to the ball.
And then Rana plays a very ugly slog and completely cloths it, but he'll get 2 straight down the ground. That's what he has to do. Stand there and whack it and hope he gets lucky for a bit until he finds his form, because his first one, he's cowed out the way of the ball and got a glove and got a lucky 4. And then he's just proper agricultural mow down the ground for the next one. I think this is exactly the right way for him to play, because he's looks out of form to me and short of runs. And when he needs this many, you can't afford to chew ball, so just go with it. And I like this from Rana. Have another go. Get swinging.
Meanwhile, Harshal Patel is also on the field, so presumably he's in for Abhishek Sharma there. Oh man, a slow one completely deceives that Nitish Rana, and that shot went nowhere.
Yeah, he's just done him with split finger, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was about to mention that. That seemed like the finger splitter. Well done. Nice variation. We don't see a lot of that now. Or at least I don't.
Yeah, he's completely done him there. He's way through the shot. At least he's trying, Rana. At least he's having a go.
At this point in time, we just have to make do with that. He's trying. Oh, that's a wide, but that was there to be hit, man. That was there to be hit. Anyway, wide given. Oof. The slow one, by the way, he was nowhere close to the ball. Like, completely different universe. Meanwhile, Andy asks, how big is the downgrade from Matre to Urvil or moving Sarfraz to number 3? Are we sure Abhishek still isn't the best bat in the world? Ooh. Rob, thoughts on that?
I mean, Abhishek on his day, he played absolutely beautifully for the first 100 odd of those runs. Is as good as anyone. I don't know whether he's the best, but he's as good as anyone. As Rana slogs again and completely toes it.
Yep.
There.
Nope. He didn't.
Okay, that was a very poor shot. He's lucky to still be there. He could have been out twice already. Urvil is awesome. We only saw him 3 times, I think, last season, but he looked great to me. Extremely high intent. You know what you're getting with him. He's going to come out and try and blast it, and that's what Chennai needs in their top 3. They absolutely do. So I think Matre is the right guy to come in. I'm not sure Sarfraz is the 3. What do you do with Urvil then? Like, where does he go? Gaikwad is the problem in the top 3, isn't he? Or he has been. He's been the problem because he's chewing balls as Rana decides to block the ball into the leg side for a single, which is not the right way to play Rana. You should be whacking it. What was the other bit? Are we sure he's not the best bat in the world? I mean, he's up there, isn't he? He's in the conversation. I think he struggled a bit for form, but when you play like Abhishek does, you're going to get the low runner scores, aren't you? It's just going to happen.
That's true. And by the way, Rob, I don't know if you heard, Ayush Matre has been ruled out of the IPL earlier today.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm actually, I know this is more of a conspiracy theory. Since our producer is also a CSK fan, I don't know if he'll take too lightly to it. I just wonder how much of a coincidence it is that just when MS Dhoni seemed to be coming about to full fitness and was expected to be a part of the 11, and a lot of people were talking about how do you fit in MS Dhoni? Who goes out? Like, you've got no one. You can't drop Dubey. You can't drop Samson. You can't drop Gaikwad. You can't drop Matre. And then, unfortunately for Matre, he is ruled out of the season. I don't see Urvil Patel coming in. I see MS Dhoni coming in and Sarfraz being moved up to 3.
Is that what you think happens?
Yeah, because if and when MS Dhoni does come in, which I guess is from the next game, he's expected to be available. So if that happens, I don't see Urvil coming in.
Okay, well, we'll have to see. I mean, I'll be gutted if Urvil doesn't get a go, considering it's Matre that's gone, right? If it was Gaikwad that got injured, then fair enough. You might not want to replace him with Urvil, but
shoddy boy, that's a boundary there first up.
That's got him going.
Yep. That's not the RCBN in me. That's the IPLian in me, if that makes sense. The IPL fan in me that's coming out, not the RCB fan in me. Just to be clear. Oh my word! Good shot. Loose delivery from NKR first up, and yeah, Nitish Rana just cuts it past cover point and point. Well done. Huh.
I'm not sure about
It's not.
2 overs
Yeah.
already in the power play, but we'll see how he goes.
Yeah. Oh, Yorker. Nice, nice. Again, this is just to be clear, it was more of a joke and less of a serious, conversation that about Dhoni having to do anything with Ayush Matre. I get it, I'm stupid, but I'm not that stupid or daft enough to think. Just to be clear, I want to put it out there because I've seen enough times. I've been at the receiving end of some very colorful expletives, Rob. I don't think if you've had the chance of that, of having received some expletives or death threats and stuff like that.
Oh, nice. Well, you said privately that you think that Dhoni was the one that actually injured Matre, didn't you? You said he sniped his hamstring from the bench just to get himself back into the team.
It was supposed to be a private one-on-one call, Rob. I'm expecting you to respect that. If you start telling everything I tell you on call, then I don't know what purpose is the watch-along serve.
I mean, I get death threats from my friends and family, so it doesn't bother me. Say whatever you want to me, I don't care.
The thing is about death threats. In a way, the saddest part is I've received death threats from Kohli fans, Dhoni fans, Rohit fans, which makes sense. They're big players, superstars. I get it. I've also received threats from Arshdeep Singh fans. I'm like,
I don't think it makes sense. I don't think you can really justify people wanting to kill you for your opinion about cricket. Like, we're all allowed our opinion, and it doesn't matter if somebody thinks different from you. If you think different from me, you're definitely wrong, and that's fine. That's entirely up to you, right? But surely you can't be angry at what somebody else thinks. People.
I know, of course, nothing is warranted that way. That is true. That is true. What I mean is, I can still understand, like, Virat Kohli is a superstar of the game. Like Rohit Sharma, Dhoni, they have mad fan following and everything. So I get that they have fan clubs and there are people who are really connected to these players because I've seen it firsthand. I've experienced it firsthand. People go berserk. Like, you have no idea how much they go gaga over these three players in particular. But to receive death threats from Arshdeep Singh fans, I was like, come on, guys. Like, oh, man, what next then? We can't talk about anyone then.
Poor ball from Reddy there, right
Yeah,
in the slot.
short.
Just went a bit too short, didn't he? And Rana is now feeling a lot better about himself. He got onto that one pretty quick.
I fully expect Rana, if he ends up scoring a 50, to take a chid out and say, "Yeah, Rob, talk now."
Well, he was out of form and looked very short runs. And I said the best way to get back into it for him in this sort of chase is just stand there and whack it. And he's ridden his luck already. He's survived some hairy moments, but now he's got a 4 and a 6 away. He'll be feeling a lot better about himself.
Oh, sorry, boy.
Another 4.
Yeah.
That was good.
I don't think he's connected even once, but he's gotten 3 boundaries, and I guess that's all that matters. Or 4 boundaries, rather.
Yeah, that was a bit better. Like, he didn't get anywhere near all of that. The six will settle him down, but he should just keep going. He's almost in pinch hitter mode here, and I think that's exactly what he should be doing.
Yeah, that is true. Anyways, plenty of runs of that over. 16 and all. 45 and over, 45 for 1 at the end of the 4th over. All right. So
Yes, it's a good start if Rana can, even if he only lasts the next sort of 3 overs, if he's doing that, then they'll be right back in this game.
that's true. I'm actually curious. When was the last time Rahul faced strike for more than a delivery? He faced strike this over, just scored a single of the 1 ball he faced. Last over, he didn't face anything. The over before that, he hit a 6 and a 4, and that was it. So he's faced just 1 ball in the last 2 overs. Oh.
Yeah. And now he's got to face Malinga, who is a wicket taker. He's a natural wicket taker, Malinga, but he can get some tap. Here he comes.
In the gap, no, it isn't. Just a single. All right, we have a super chat from Abhay who says, Rana's in form because I backed his unders. Thank me. What about you, Rob? Are you backing his unders or have you gone over on him?
I could totally see why you'd back his unders. It all depends on the number, but like if they're giving him more than 20, I would say that was too many. I think the next man out is one of those where you can bet on which batsman is out next, actually, and Rana is a very short price for that. So I wonder what's about for that 1.57, really big. Because if you see, like you just pointed out, Rana's getting all the strike in this partnership, and the first ball of this over, they took a reasonably risky single because KL was just like, you do it, you belt in the power play. Although I am surprised that, having said all that and given it the big build up, that Rana then blocks a ball and takes the easy single that they're offering him, just blocks it through the covers for one. I thought Rana would be just standing and belting and not doing anything else, but he's respected that ball. 1.66, so 60%. Let's have a look. 60% Rana next man out. I'd say it's much higher than that. So that I'd rather back that than the unders, because if he's slogging, then he could get 20 by accident.
He's already scored 20, so you can't do anything about it.
Yeah, I mean another 20.
Oh my God, he's dropped. And I think that was a fairly straightforward chance. It wasn't coming to him at pace. Rob will be pissed. A fairly straightforward cordon bowl chance. I say straightforward because it was a slow one. Rahul had no timing on it whatsoever. He's miscued it straight back past to Ishan Malinga, who unfortunately, probably misjudged the pace. Oh man, he was there. He was in position. He caught it and it just blobbed out of his hands. Oh.
I mean, that's really bad. The catching standards at least stay consistent, but KL. This is a universal law of cricket that if you drop a really good player and it's dead easy, the next ball you are getting belted. And he has smashed a slot ball from Malinga straight back past him for 6. And on such things, games are won and lost. Like that's a really easy catch, and that is the main danger of this being chased for SRH is KL Rahul.
Yeah.
Malinga has just given him a life, and you absolutely shouldn't do that for anyone, but let alone the best players, and KL is one of them, and he's making him pay already. He's got to get in now after that, because he's had a good look at that. He's gone straight back to him, not that quickly, and he's got both hands on it. I think he just got carried away. And the next ball is just rubbish cricket from everyone. That is this is the best league apparently. So crap ball down the leg side from Malinga, like really rubbish. Should be turned away for 4 all day long by KL. He hits it straight to the fielder, and the fielder makes a massive mess of it, and they get the 1. So Malinga will get 1 crack at Rana.
Fully expecting Rana to go for this. Oh man. KL getting out there would have all but sealed the game for SRH, in all fairness. Not that I don't trust Miller and Stubbs and all, but 240 is a very steep chase.
And Rana plays the leave. So all that stuff about him pinch hitting, I'll take my words back, because he's not. He put all that chat away, because leaving the ball in the power play when you're chasing 240, I think they should retire him out right now and just say that is unacceptable behaviour. We're not going to allow that.
Jesus Christ. Let's see. All right.
So 9 off that over in the end. And it should have been like 4 off that over and the biggest wicket ever.
They need to be at least 65 to 70 to be, to be par for the target.
Yeah, because SRH actually took their time a little bit. It sounds mad when they got 67 in the power play, but it was the after 4 overs they were 36, which for none is quite surprising for SRH. And then they got the ridiculous extra over
Rana
of
over?
Rana
Yeah.
and Abhishek just got hold of him for three sixes, didn't he? So in comes Hussain, who's impressed me so far. So the little I've seen of him, Sakib, I thought his he bowled in the first game he played. I thought one of his overs was absolutely magnificent. It was well impressive.
Yeah, he looked pretty darn good. That's true.
So that was against Rajasthan. Who was it? He just completely worked over. Ferreira. It was brilliant. It was like a test match over where Ferreira was trying to see him off, and he just bowled all sorts of different balls, and then it ended up clean bowling him, and he was really set as well. Top draw that, and then he hoovered most of the tail, didn't he?
Yep, against CSK as well.
Over.
All right. Yep, well done. Against CSK as well, he was pretty good. Like Dubey was clueless, did not know what to do with him. He just kept both batters, Dubey, Brevis, and even Jamie Overton for that matter, on their toes. He just did not. They did not know what to expect. Bouncers, slow ones, Yorkers, and that slinginess, that slightly unorthodox action really works in his favor. So. All right, Rana. I think that's his first decent shot so far, where he actually looked in control.
It was nice that up and over.
Yeah. Backs up, but yeah, nothing.
To the leg side. 59 for 1 off 5.2. What did they get in the power play? 69 or something, was it? They got
67 or was it? Yeah. Oh, right on cue, they're showing. Yeah, I was about to say that. Oh my word. Let's see, third ball, bouncer, and oh my goodness, well directed bouncer, and Rana has absolutely no clue what to do. Tries to leave, tries to pull, decides to do nothing.
He's really struggled with the short ball so far. He could have been out first ball from the short ball when he gloved it. And he looks, and he also left one of the short balls. So off 3 short balls, he could have been out, left one, and that one he doesn't know what to do, does he? I think they're suggesting on screen that it was a off cutter that he bowled just then. So he's done Rana all ends up there. Let's see what he's got now.
Yep.
Short ball again. Rana absolutely
so slow one.
It's just like a statue. This is like watching somebody that can't pick a spinner. He can't pick what's coming out of Hussein's hand here.
This is like watching me bat. If I was facing Sakib Hussain, this is how I would have played him.
He's just turned the bat round in his hand, and he's not really played a shot to that ball, even though it has come somewhere out of the middle of the bat. He's not played a shot. It's just sort of stood there and hit him. He looks like he's got no idea against Hussain here, Rana. And he blocks. What a power play that is from Hussain. That's excellent. So he's gone.
Just 5 runs of the over. Well bowled, lad. Well bowled. Impressed. Very impressed. Again, the last one, pace on, hard. I mean, pace on, length ball, top of off. There's very little you can do, especially when you have no clue what is coming. You don't know if it's a slow one. You don't know if it's a short one. And this is why Rana will be hoping that SRH introduces Harsh Dubey and Shivang Singh soon, so that he can, Shivang Kumar, so that he can take on the spinners at least.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how Rana goes against the spin. He's going to get some soon, right? You'd think.
You would guess so. Let's see.
They're doing the advert break here.
Yep, that's correct. What's the time right now in UK? What's 6:30? 6:30, or is it 5:30?
5:30.
All right. Oh yeah, daylight's done, right? Daylight savings, my bad. Oh.
Freezing cold here, obviously, because we're near Manchester.
I remember Manchester. What's that? That place that does lobster rolls and everything.
I don't know. I don't eat seafood. I don't trust it.
Oh, that's sad. I had some amazing lobster and crab over there. I'm forgetting the name of that place. Oh, geez. It's pretty popular. I think it's a chain, if I'm not wrong, but it was damn good.
I've been to Burger Lobster. Is that what it's called? You know the one that
No,
only
that's not the.
burgers and lobsters. Is that in London?
No, I'm talking about the one in Manchester. There's one in Manchester because I had it in Manchester. Wait, I'm pretty sure I have a photo of it somewhere. Let me tell you. It's near the railway station. It's near Manchester Piccadilly. That's where I'd had it once when I was
Oh, okay.
getting late. Let's see. I took a lot of trains from Manchester, like a lot. Oh yeah, there we go. This is the okay. It doesn't have the name on it. I just have a photo of the sandwich I ate, not the place. Sadly. That's alright. Rana is playing a negative knock so far, says unknown nobody. I mean, see, 27 of 17, 22 of 13. I don't think there's a lot separating Rana and Rahul at this point in time, at least. So we've got to wait.
I think Rana's doing absolutely fine. I think he looks like a man who's out of form and short of runs, but
Yeah,
he's come out and had a
yeah.
go, and he's managed to somehow get his way to 27. They want him to stick around for another few overs, but he must be going at a decent strike rate, right? If he starts chewing balls, then he may as well walk off. But he's doing absolutely fine now, better than I thought he would. And this is a player that I've always rated. I just think it's felt like an IPL too far for him this season.
Rana's not that old, though. I mean, I think he's early 30s. Let's see how old is he, because he made his debut in 2017 and he was quite young then. He's 32. All right.
Is that all? He only made it in 2017.
Yeah.
Feels like he's been around a lot longer than that to me.
I'm not sure what to say to that.
So we're back playing again, sticking with pace. So Madhushankar's bowling his third.
I mean, they're showing us visuals of Varun Aaron talking to Saqib, and it just feels so good, because Saqib is raw, he's young. He'll, of course, be full of, the adrenaline that's pumping. So it's important to just calm him down, to let him know where he's bowling. And they come from the same part of the country. So it's nice to see, him having a shoulder.
Yeah, it's good. That's what you want with your young players, and with all the experience these teams have got in the IPL. You need the experienced guys to help the younger guys come through, don't you?
Yep. Varun Aaron as the bowling coach has been damn good, and Madhushankar full toss, slow one. That's gone nowhere again.
Horrible cricket. Absolutely rank full toss. Rana doesn't pick it up early enough and slogs it really agriculturally over the leg side and ambles back
the
for
finger
an easy
splitter
2 runs. Yeah.
But was that slow one this finger splitter once again?
Oh, I don't know. It just looked like a horrible full toss to me that fell out of his hand a bit.
Could be anything. Anyway, Madhushankar running in again, wide. Ooh, that was well outside the term line.
Yeah, he's losing it a bit here. Madhushankar just needs to try and close this over out and get his head back on.
Yep.
Because I think he's trying too hard to bowl magic balls and crazy mystery and all that. Whereas, I mean, if he goes for 10, they're way ahead.
Yep. To be clear, since there are a lot of comments in the chat, Saqib Hussain is from Bihar and Varun Aaron is from Jharkhand, which are neighboring states. And so that's what I meant when I say same part of the country, which is the eastern part of India. So, yeah. Looks like it's raining, says Nakul. Is it raining? I haven't seen any rain as such on my screen.
There was rain forecast, and there was some rain at the end of the first innings.
I see it now. Oof, okay.
Let me have a look on the other screen.
Jeez.
If you bowl even slightly short to Rana, he doesn't know what to do with it. That one's the slower ball bouncer, isn't it? The Madhushankar's bowled. And he's just nowhere near it. Just a really ugly swipe. But if it does rain, they won't be ahead. 63 for 1 off 6.3. I can tell you that. I don't quite know how to calculate the DLS off the top of my head, but
I don't think anyone can calculate it off the top of their heads. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Varun can. Let's get him in for a minute and see if he can tell us. But I've never really understood that calculation. It doesn't make sense to me.
It's not available to folks like us because there's a DLS table that's used where resources are taken into account. How many wickets have you lost? How many overs are remaining? And then it's a progression. It's very complicated. Like even the umpires themselves for each game. So the table changes. So for every game, based on what the first inning score is, the DLS score changes. So there's no one fixed table any which way. So
Yeah.
it's very complicated, nonsensical shit.
Has KL faced a ball in the last half an hour?
I can't remember. That's another wide by Madhushanka, who, I mean, all you have to do, Madhushanka, is just bowl his shot, and he's not good at anything. Why are you trying to be funky and giving him runs? I'm actually curious, how many balls has Rahul faced since Rana came in, since the first wicket? I don't think a lot.
He hit that big six, didn't he? And that's about all he's done.
That was before Rana came in.
Oh, I thought he hit one after.
Let us.
Yeah, he
Let
hit
me
one off
see.
Malinga,
From what I. Yeah, he did hit one of Malinga. That was in the fifth over. That was the fifth.
And then he hit a six.
My
ball,
bad. Yep.
Madhushanka bowls another
So
wide.
Rahul was 12 of 7. Oh, jeez. So Rahul was 12 of 7 when Rana came in. He's faced another 7 deliveries while Rana has faced 19 plus. You add the million wides, he's faced, I would say, about 25 deliveries while Rahul's faced just 7.
I know, this is one of those overs never going to end. Madhushanka's just like, he can get out of this over fine if he doesn't go for a boundary. That's
Exactly.
Bowls a perfect Yorker next ball, and there's nothing Rana can do with that, and just blocks it and takes a 1. Because this over's gone for 7 so far. If this ball isn't a boundary, he's done really well. And teams, annoyingly for us viewers, teams going for the perpetual wide line plan are quite often being justified. Like Arshdeep doesn't care if he bowls 4 wides in a death over if it only goes for 9. Do you know what I mean? That's the trade-off.
Yep.
Going wide Yorker.
That's true.
But I don't think Madhushanka's doing the wide Yorker plan. I think he's just spraying it. And now KL faces a ball for half an hour. First over in half an hour. And
dabs it for a single. Yeah.
So he's going to face another ball as well in a minute. Here's a question.
Yep, Sivi asks, Akshay and Rob, do you guys trust the speed gun in IPL? What do you think about that, Rob?
Nope. I don't trust any speed gun, particularly the ones near me that create letters through our door. But I don't trust speed guns, never have. I think it's a gimmick thing. The thing I trust the least in the whole world, I think, is the thing that tells you how far they've hit the ball when they hit a 6. They go, that was 103 meters. Like, no, it wasn't. Or they just make them up. I think the boundary, one day there'll be chips in the ball and stuff, and they'll be actually able to tell us how far it's traveled and that kind of thing. What I want to see is like the ball land, and then after the game, somebody measures where it actually landed. Was it Sharjah where when they had the really good pitch at Sharjah, all the balls started going into the road? Road outside. That what I want to see is people to track where they landed, put a mark in paint, and then get the measuring tape out and tell us how far it went, because it'd be interesting. But this went 103 meters is just made up numbers, and I think the speed gun is generally cranked up to kind of, every league wants to say that bowlers are bowling 150, when the one thing that has actually, as the game has progressed loads in the last, however many years you want to say, 50 or 20 or 30 or whatever, fast bowlers bowling really quick, they are no faster now than they were 30 years ago, and they're all 50 years ago. I think that has gone out of the game. And when you see the odd one comes along, Umran Malik, I'm looking at you here, it tends to be extreme pace and nothing else, and you now need more than that. I think back to when Australia had Sean Tate and Brett Lee, and Pakistan had Shoaib Akhtar. These are guys that were able to hit nearly 100 miles an hour, and according to the speed guns, I was at a game in Cardiff once where I think Sean Tate bowled at allegedly 100 miles an hour, and it did look bloody fast from where we are. And we, for whatever reason, whether it's a conditioning thing, that people overtrain in terms of having a body that is capable of getting these speeds. We don't have these guys anymore. Like somebody bowls at 150, I think Rabada allegedly did yesterday, and everyone goes crazy. But we used to have multiple bowlers that could gun it as KL goes into the deep
Just two.
because 150, which everyone was going mental over, and Rabada bowled a brilliant ball at 150 the other day, is only 93 miles an hour. So what was Shred bowling at when he was cranking it down? That's like 160, isn't it? It's much faster.
That's fair. I mean, with the...
You don't trust the speed gun. Do you trust it?
I don't care about it at all, and that's a half tracker that's been pulled away for half a dozen. So well done, Nitish Rana latches onto it quickly. Rank bad delivery that from Shivang, and a rare bad delivery that from Shivang. So yeah. About the speed guns though, Rob, yeah, like I said, I've been very indifferent to it. It doesn't matter to me because it's pointless. What I would like, if they actually want to show us speeds, what I'm actually interested in is the speed after pitching, not the speed at which the ball is released, because it's pointless. After pitching is when you know what speed is it arriving to the batter at. If the ball's released at 140, but after pitching it loses 20 clicks and it reaches the batter at 120, the 120 number is more important because that's what the batter is facing at. That's what he's reacting to, not the 140. So, and they did that once in Pakistan a couple of years ago, where they started showing numbers of speed after pitching and not speed after release, and that was very interesting.
Oh, dear.
But they just stopped it.
I think we've just had a drop for 6 there. So another poor ball, not as bad as the last one, but poor. Rana hasn't quite got it. The fielder has not caught the ball, tried to catch the ball, and I think was then thinking, well, if I have to catch this in midair, I'm going to have to flick it back for the relay catch. And the relay catch was actually on there, and he just completely missed it and let the ball go through his hands.
I think it was Nitish Kumar Reddy there. Yeah, it was.
Actually, he should have caught that, and it's gone straight through his hands.
He should
and I can't see who was waiting, who was helping, but the relay fielder was there.
Yeah, it was Klassen, I want to say. And Nitish Kumar Reddy, by the way, missed out on another relay catch. I think it was versus RCB, where a fairly straightforward relay chance he missed out on that. So that's
he's
a
gone
couple
again.
of chances.
Similar outcome. Fielders diving all over the place. Going to the boundary. And Rana is doing a really good one here for his team. He's slogging, and it ain't pretty, but it's coming off. And that's what they need, right? This is what you have to do. If you're not in form and your team's chasing loads, then you don't play for yourself. You play for the team, and you just stand there and whack it. And play this back, this innings. If you play this every ball of this innings back, it is brutality. It's a horrible watch, right? Every short ball he's missed. He's wildly missed a couple. He's mistimed loads. But because of the intent, because he's trying to whack it, he's 47 off 25. And if he keeps doing that, they're going to get close to chasing these.
And if he keeps doing that, then on his behalf, I'll be the one taking a chill out and saying, yeah, Rob, talk now.
Well, he's doing exactly what I said he should do. I don't think he looks good. He's whacking it. He's doing exactly the right thing. And this is why intent is such a huge deal in T20 cricket. Because if you send in a number 3 who's in bad form and he tries to get himself back into form, a bit like how Travis Head batted in the first innings for his 140 strike rate in the power play. You know, he missed quite a few, didn't he? He got a couple away, but he was mistiming it everywhere. He even did a big celebration, didn't he, when he finally got one away for 6. Intent is everything. So if they sent a number 3 and it just blocks it around, and if he was in bad form and ended up being, 20 off 20, they're dead. But the fact that he's whacking it, they are now, what are they now?
They're 86 for 1 after 8. I mean, 87 for 1 after 8.1. So, yeah, not too bad.
So they're 25% to win this game. And they were
not bad.
About 12% when he walked to the crease. So he's more than done his job here. If he gets out right now, he's done fine. Done really well.
That's true. I
wouldn't say his form has got much better, though, throughout this innings yet.
He's looked scratchy, for sure. The only shot that I felt he was actually in control was that cut he played of, I want to say Madhushanka, was it? Or Saqib Hussain? Probably Saqib Hussain. He just cut one pass point. He got that. Yeah. All right. 2 singles taken. KL, come on. I do agree with Andy. KL has to take on Reddy over here because he's hardly faced any deliveries again. Like, Rana's faced 26 in the time, Rahul's faced 11. 3 of which have come in the last 5. So, yeah.
KL will have to join in very soon. Because because Rana isn't scoring quickly enough. There's an argument that you could have put Abhishek on strike the way he was gunning it when he was really going in the first innings and just take the singles. But
He's
KL
gone for it. Yeah, not in
more.
the gap, just 2. Yeah. All right, you'll take 2.
KL has to join in now because they need 13 plus and over. So he can't just take singles and let Rana do it. He's going to have to start whacking himself now. And to be fair, he tried to. The lead was on 29 off 18. It must be difficult. 29 off 19. It must be difficult to get the tempo right of an innings when you're not getting any strike. It must be quite difficult.
Oof, that's a throwback. Amit Raina says Nanti Hayward used to bowl fast. Jeez, that's a name I haven't heard in like 20 years. Oh, slow one. Rahul, I think, picked it up, but was still too late or early on the ball and misses it. Dot ball. Oh, come on. What's the DLS pass score, Rob? Any idea?
Nope.
Like, why
I never have any idea.
bloggers show it?
They will be behind it. I'm almost positive of that. Yeah, in fact, the market has just crashed in favour of the bowling side, and that is not because they are bowling well. Let me tell you, it's because if they do come off now, which looks more of a possibility than it did 20 minutes ago, then they must be way behind. And you can kind of get that 150. What is it? 151 of 67 they need as the twos keep racking up here. And the 2 in this chase is a net gain for the bowling team.
That's true.
Which is mad, but that's what it is.
Also about the measuring of sixes that you were talking about earlier, I can tell you reliably, like I heard this from a producer who works for a TV broadcaster. He told me that they're just winging it. There's no tool. There's nothing. And in fact, apparently there's a protocol. If they have absolutely no idea how long the 6 is, they have a default number that they show. You know what the default number is? Guess.
83 meters.
No, it's a number you might love. It's 69. That's the default number. They just say 69 meters.
Okay,
that's
so they're just fully larking around.
Yeah. So every time you see a 69 meter 6, you can be rest assured they have no clue what the distance is. That's a secret.
I mean, that's ridiculous, isn't it? That they just put random numbers up. But if you ever look at the KL gets
what a shot!
Backing away,
Yeah.
smearing a 6 over the offside. That is a hell of a shot. And Reddy is proving that he's not a 3 over bowler. That's straight off the middle, by the way, from KL. That's over point, isn't it? He's
Yeah, how's he managed to get that over point? Because it's a short ball.
And blasted it for 6 over point right off the middle. That is shot of the day.
Easily. It's a short ball on the leg stump line. And he somehow, maybe middle stump, more like middle stump, he somehow managed to make room and cut it past point for a 6. Well done,
I think
man. Well
it's kind of a scrambled seam as well. And that has gone almost in a dart straight line upwards over point. That is a brilliant shot for 6.
Well done. Now DCR in front of DLS says unknown nobody. Interesting.
Baron has just messaged me and said the pass score is 99 for 1. So they're 1 run off it.
Oh, okay. And they have to be 1 run ahead of the pass score, right?
Yeah.
So 100. So they're 2 off it. So basically the 2 runs behind.
There was a brilliant one. Sorry, there was a brilliant one. Lancashire Yorkshire is quite a big rivalry over here in England.
Oh yeah, the Rose Bowl derby. I've seen that. The Rose, yeah.
Yeah, and
that's a 4, by the way. 50 for Nitish Rana. Well done, lad. Again, it's edged. It wasn't connected. It was nothing. But he'll take that shot. He'll take that boundary, and importantly, he'll take that bloody 50.
Yeah, that is one of the least convincing 50s I've ever seen, but it's given his side a much better chance of winning this game, and that's what it's all about. They're now getting towards 30% to win this game, and they were like about 12%.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, the Lancashire Yorkshire thing. There was one where it was one of those where they kind of they hate taking them off in the blast. It was a 20 over game. They hate taking them off with rain, and the umpires have stayed out in some really treacherous conditions in the past as Rana goes again and just evades the fielder again and just evades another fielder again and goes to the boundary again. And
This is hilarious. It's like Rana is in a game of Takeshi's Castle. He's just somehow evading all the obstacles and just reaching
somehow,
the
yeah.
Yeah.
It's more luck than judgment, I think. But fair play to him. He's doing the right thing. He keeps going. Anyway, it was like, are they going to take him off or are they not? And the crowd was drunk and leery anyway. And both sets of players were getting really angry. The bats wanted to go off when they were ahead, and the bowlers wanted to go off when they were ahead, and they were all slowing the game down and everything. And basically, as soon as the par score got tied, the umpires just walked off. And so it was. And we're getting quite close to that.
That was smart of the umpires.
It's clever, isn't it? It was like, everyone had an eye on it, and as soon as it was tied, off they went, and that was the end of the game. So if you're sensible now in your SRH, you go to your best bowler. But my question to you actually is, who is their best bowler? Who do you go to now to keep the runs down? The correct answer is not Nitish Kumar Reddy, and it is not Shivam Kumar.
I think the guy who's bowling right now is arguably the best option, Saqib Hussain. I don't think of too many other names. Oh, but that's a bad ball. He's hit a full toss straight, absolutely gun barrel straight to deep square leg, and that's out. KL Rahul, what on earth have you fucking done there, man?
So that's a full toss on his pads, which he could hit anywhere, almost anywhere in the whole wide world. And what he's decided to do is hit it straight down, deep backward square's throat.
Yep.
One man there to pick out, and he's picked him out exactly. Abhishek is the man, obviously.
Oh, man. Straight. Oh, Jesus Christ. But yeah, Hussain was the name I was genuinely thinking of, and he's got an SRH a wicket, so I don't think he'll be complaining. Would you say it's an important wicket, or do you think it's not too bad, the timing of it, bringing in someone like Stubbs or Miller right now?
You don't want Stubbs or Miller right now because they always chew 10 balls. And if there is rain about, you can't chew 10 balls because you'll go behind the rate. I think they might send Miller, but I think they should send Rizvi or Ashutosh is what I think. Rizvi is the man that's come out, which I agree with.
But Rizvi also takes time, right? He's also been prone to slowish starts.
I mean, there's not enough sample for me to be convinced that he's a slow starter, because I remember his first ball in the IPL where he smashed Rashid Khan for 6, so he can do it. At least it's pretty clear that he's got to get on with it straight away here.
What I'm convinced of is that he struggles a lot against pace, and because Nitish Rana himself was a lot more comfortable playing spin, now we can be rest assured that SRH will be bowling a lot more overs of pace, so we could potentially see Nitish Kumar Reddy get another over, or Dilshan Madhushankar come back into the attack, or Ishan Malinga come in for an over here. But I don't think Harsh Dubey or Shivang will be bowling anytime soon. That's what I feel. Because these two both are great players of spin. Great hitters of spin, rather. Oh! That's
a cracking delivery.
Well bowled, lad.
He's got a lot, this Hussain. I really like him. He looks really good to me, Saqib. That's left him, hasn't it? It's just chopped him in half. Beautiful ball.
Brilliant stuff. Nitish Rana, superhero name says Kaushal, should be Domino. Why Domino? I mean, I don't know if that's a reference.
I do not know. Can you please send a message to us explaining what the hell you mean, because we don't know what you mean.
Preferably send another super chat, Kaushal. That'll be great. I thought Ashutosh could have been a player they considered because he's also good at hitting pace. Yeah, that's another dot ball. Not something they need.
And Ashutosh has done the amazing IPL chase. It was the start of last season, wasn't it? He reeled one in and looked incredible in the process. Like, Rizvi's played a brilliant cricket shot there, but they don't need brilliant cricket shots now. The guy at the other end is showing them what they need. You don't need brilliant cricket shots. You need runs, and it doesn't matter how you get them. And to get runs, you need to try and get runs, which is exactly like Rana's got 10 boundaries. He's faced 29 balls. He's got 10 of them to the rope somehow. And that's what they need, right? Good on him. I don't know that. I mean, if they chase these, right, the rain stays away and they chase them. One thing they've got going for them is the wet ball, because it will be wet now. As Inga gets a second over. If they chase these, it'll be some unbelievable batting has happened. But if you want to chase a big total against anyone, it's against the side that loves making the big totals, SRH, because their bowling is not great.
Yep, and 136 of the last one, I think they're there and thereabouts in terms of being in the hunt as he hits it in the air. Straight to long on, and that's taken once again by Abhishek Sharma. Malinga strikes straight up. That's another wicket. 2 wickets in quick succession for SRH, and Delhi Capitals will be, I don't know, I can't even say rowing their luck, because both their set batters gone now. So 2 new batters in. In all likelihood, we might see one of Tristan Stubbs or David Miller, which means you'll have 2 slow starters in the middle, and that's only going to make this chase tough. And it's going to be a task and a half right now for the Delhi Capitals from here. But let's see what does Hemang Badani have up his sleeve for us.
So they got to a 30% chance, and they're all the way back down at like less than 10 now. Couple of good catches there from Abhishek, who is as big a certainty as you could ever get for the Man of the Match award. He's 135 red and 2 good catches. I mean, what's he going to do now, bowl? Here is Miller. So let's fast forward this guy. I'm going to go sleep for 10 minutes, and when I wake up, I guarantee you that Miller's going to be 13 off 10. I guarantee you that. It's a fact. There's no need for us to watch the cricket now. It's just whether Rizvi can get on with it at the same time. But what you do not want when you need 136 in 59 balls is 2 men on naught that aren't particularly good at getting on with it early. They are a big price to win this cricket match now.
Let's see what do they do. Meanwhile, we have another super chat, this time from Rudra Patel. What's the currency? I don't know if I can read the currency. Rob, do you know what is this yen? I want to say it's yen.
Yeah, why not? Thanks for the yen. That's what it is.
Yeah. I want to confirm how much.
Oh my God, another one.
Yen.
It's another one.
Yen. And Miller's gone.
Malinga's just chopping through them. He's cleaned him up. Miller's looking for the auto single, which he wanted to do 9 times in his first 12 balls. And Malinga said absolutely not, because this is going to hit the top and middle stump if you're trying to nurdle it to the leg side. And Miller departs looking rather silly.
Oh, man. Has he chopped it on? Like, was there an inside edge or was it clean?
I don't know. I thought initially that it was. Let me see the ball again, please, Telly. That caught me by surprise. I think it caught everyone by surprise. Just it's scrambled seam. Yeah, he's chopped it on very slightly, just a tiny inside edge onto upper leg stump. And night, David. That was
Jeez.
The thing, right? The guy that had the most intent in this innings is the guy that did the best. Is Nitish Rana. He came in and he tried to smack it. He didn't look very good, but he got his 57 off 30. And Miller kind of got what he deserved for trying to deliberately get 1 off that ball rather than 4 or 6, and he's lost his wicket. But we have a hat-trick ball here, Akshay.
Yep, that's true. And that's 3 wickets in, I want to say 5 deliveries now for Delhi Capitals?
Yeah, this chase has utterly fallen away. And Malinga gets to bowl at Stubbs, who will also 100 million% be 13 off 10 if he survives that far, because basically they have just swapped David Miller for a slightly younger version of the exact same cricketer who has the exact same numbers, plays the exact same way in the exact same batting position. Why am I not seeing men round the bat for this hat-trick ball? Don't care what the situation is. It should always be men round the bat.
I don't think they're too bothered by the hat-trick ball. Why am I still seeing ads? Are you still seeing ads, Rob?
Yeah, I've had to go to a different. I'm watching it on my TV, which is like 1,000 hours behind the stream. Here he comes. Here he comes. Malinga in to Stubbs, high back cliff, full toss, bunted away
jeez.
for no run. So that was not the worst hat-trick ball I've ever seen, but certainly nowhere near the best.
Yep. Also, let's have Rudra Patel super chat on as well, since now we are finally past the storm that was the 3 wickets we saw in quick succession. Rudra says, haven't really seen those 260 plus totals this season. Higher totals seem to have lowered, but average scores seem to be up. Why do you think that is the case?
Sample size. That's almost a maths question, I think. It's not quite happened. There's something to do with death hitting has not been crazy numbers, except when it's been harder early. So we've had, obviously the one that springs to mind is yesterday's, when Tilak and Mumbai looked like they're dead and buried, and then he hit 70 or 20 or whatever it was. We just haven't had many where it's gone really right all the way through. Like, you're expecting Punjab or SRH to be the ones, aren't you? To get the massive one, probably.
Yeah.
Unless it's a Finn Allen goes along and Narayan chips in or whatever. But it hasn't, no one's quite gone. Like SRH have stuttered all the time in their big ones. Until today, really. I don't know. I just think we haven't had enough games yet for, what have we had, 25 games or so? We haven't had enough games yet for that to be 31 games. Bloody hell, we had that many. I don't think that we've had enough games to draw the conclusions. Wasn't it this time last year or the year before, where it's year before last, the Punjab Johnny Bairstow chase, where
24
mental, like for about a week. And believe me, bookmakers were running for cover. They did not know what to do because they were losing millions and millions every day.
That was an incredible chase. 260. Oof. Anyways, coming back to this game, Delhi have been completely derailed in the last couple of overs by Saqib Hussain and Ishan Malinga. I want to see if they stick to pace itself and give Saqib another over, or do they go to spin? Because they'll still have to finish 8 overs of bowling from Harsh Dubey and who's the other spinner? Shivang Kumar, of course. So they'll have to get that one way or the other.
Yeah, one thing. They've only used the 5, haven't they? Can they use it? You wouldn't go Abhishek, would you? Here,
too cheeky. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Prithvi says, sorry, you were saying.
No, go ahead. Let's read the chat.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Prithvi says, I feel like 2 years ago when SRH used to hit at 13 to 15 runs per over, teams and bowlers would break. Nowadays, being hit for 20 runs in an over is not the end, and teams have worked a lot on death bowling.
It's a good point. I think death bowling skills are improving because they have to, but maybe we've seen this a lot this year, is teams are going to death bowling strategy much earlier. We've seen as Rizvi smashes one very high. Has it gone far enough? Yes, it has. That's half a dozen. That's a good shot. That'll get him going. And Shivang is not having a lovely time, is he, today? But sometimes they've started death bowling really early. Like they've just gone, okay, we're going to go to the leg stump Yorker or the wide Yorker. Tends to be the balls, or the mixing up the slower ball bounces and stuff much earlier than they ever used to. So I think the T20 template and the main reason why the scores have gone up so much in the IPL is the impact sub rule, right? You have the extra bat. The teams are not quite used to this era of the extra bat, so they're not quite sure how hard to go in certain phases. Like over 7 used to be the most boring over ever in T20. Over 1 and over 7 were really boring. It would be off spinner bowls over number 1 and you get 6 or 7 off the first over, and off spinner bowls over number 7 and you get 6 singles, right? Cricket's changed now. The game's developed much further, and Suryavanshi and hopefully his mates will come along and change it even more, and they'll start whacking more often and throughout the phases. But yeah, I just think T20 now is developing still, and so there's no like totally set pattern, which is great because it was becoming really formulaic, wasn't it, T20?
That's true. I mean, it's very hard to gauge patterns, especially in the last couple of years. It's been very unpredictable in terms of scores, in terms of batters and their approaches. That's fair. Shivang to Stubbs, full delivery, and Stubbs just chips it straight to long off, gets a single. Rizvi, do you have a couple of sixes up your sleeve? Come on, man. We need a couple of sixes here. Let's make a game out of this.
And he's more than a couple. They are 4.5% to win this game. 126 off 50 is tough. I don't know. If you're going to do it, it'd be against this lot.
You
How many
you would
picks are up?
imagine so.
2 Malinga
Man!
overs. That'll be tough.
That was there to be hit, man. That was a long hop across Rizvi, and Rizvi knows he's missed out there. A sheepish smile.
It's because he smeared it over the leg side or across the leg side rather than just straightening up and bashing that over the offside where the ball was headed, right? He didn't need to
Yeah.
go with it. 15.3 is the required rate as Stubbs is 2 off 4 and dots up again.
205 it is.
This is a man that cannot start quickly. He just can't do it.
Oh, boy. That's sad.
And this is something that, as brilliant as Stubbs is, and Stubbs has been very good this season. He got 60 twice in a row, didn't he? And he also steered a chase home earlier in the season with his 39 not out when Rizvi was going nuts. He's really, really talented. But in this day and age, if you bat at number 6, which is where he's batting at the moment, there are times, as Klassen showed us today, I know Klassen wasn't the number 6, but he has been. Klassen was number 4. But there are times where, if you're the number 6, you're going to come in where you have to tee it from ball 1. Where you need 15 and over or you need 14 and over when you come to the crease. Quite often that's at the death, but sometimes it's like this, right? How the hell Ashutosh isn't entered into the fray here is
That is exactly my question. That's a 4 finally.
It's just agricultural carve that's landed between 2 fielders and gone for 4. Fair enough. Ashutosh is the guy, right? If they're going to do 121 or 47, you probably need him to face 25 balls. And entry points are crucial in these sort of chases. What entry point do you want him to have? Do you want him needing 20 and over when he's not batted this season much? It's going to be bloody difficult, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know. I would have sent him in instead of Stubbs, I think.
Let us see. Oh. That's a very eclectic group there on comms. There's Impamalelo Mbangwa, you've got Tommy Mbangwa, Ian Bishop, Danny Morrison, and Owen Morgan. A very random, diverse group of yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
What's
a
something?
good night out. I'd love to have that night out, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's true.
Loads of fun with those. Morgan absolutely loves gambling, so I'd have a great time talking to him. And
Does he?
Sonny G just rolled into the Morgan loves horse racing, yeah, and you can tell through a lot of Morgan's captaincy that he's a gambler. You can tell with how he does it.
Fair.
There was a time where England were defending 6 or 7 off the last over of an ODI, and he brought Adil Rashid on to bowl it, and got smashed. And they interviewed him afterwards and were basically like, why did you bowl Adil Rashid in the last over? He's like, I had to. He's like, we were defending 6. We weren't defending 16. We were defending 6. So I had to bowl the leggy. I had to get the volatility as high as I could. And I was like, this is my guy. This is who I want to lead my country because he's a gambler. And he
somehow manages to get it past short third. There's Samir gets another bounce.
All of these balls going just past fielders. They've done well to get as many as they've got, really. I mean, they're going along at 10 and over. But they now need nearly 16 and over. But fours are definitely good things for the batting team. When I was, I didn't really play cricket much at school, but when I happened to be playing briefly at school, Pommy and Bangwa came to our school, and we're talking. This is when he was still playing. We're talking ages ago. This would have been like 1994, 1995.
Jeez, okay.
That long ago, like before you were born, before you say it, you bastard. And
I was saving that up. Good on you to bring it up.
And he was they made me do some fielding stuff in front of him because obviously I couldn't bat or I couldn't bowl. And so Pommy was like throwing these balls as high as he could in the air. He had an absolute cannon for an arm, and then he was hitting them with the bat. And I had to like catch it one-handed or sit down and try and catch it through my legs and all this sort of stuff. It was really, really fun. So yeah, I was lucky enough to meet him. I haven't met Danny Morrison though. I think that would be a really fun night out.
I've spoken to Danny. I've spoken to Imbango.
Have
I've
you?
done an interview. Yeah. Imbango. So I used to do this weekly podcast before. So Imbango had once joined us as a guest. That was ahead of last IPL, in fact. I've met Ian Bishop outside the Wankhede.
Nice.
It was more of me trying to ambush him. I've been a huge fan of his commentary, and I just wanted to let him know, because as someone who wanted to sort of at some point in time, I was an aspiring like presenter, whatever you want to call that. So I didn't want to just tell him that, I'm a big fan. But yeah, I just ran behind him like a mad bull, and I wasn't able to get through to him. But that was the closest brush I had with him.
That's nice. Yeah, just a bunch of complete legends in that commentary box then.
That's true. Morgan, I mean, I don't know. He doesn't give me the vibe of a gambler, though. But I get what you mean. As a captain, he was a complete gambler. But
no, he's a good gambler, though. Actually, there's a big difference. There's I don't know how good he is. I don't know what his numbers are like, but I know he's connected to some clever gamblers over here. I know that. But when sometimes you see people that gamble and they're like, it's just reckless, no thought process behind the gamble, right? Whereas what you want is people to gamble when they should. We were having this discussion this morning as this ball is going to get smacked for six.
Oh, Reddy right now, was that the greatest of ideas? Not
what can you do,
man.
when you have multiple bad bowlers? You got to bowl some of them sometime.
I would have still gone to Malinga. I would have, personally, I would have wanted them to be aggressive, because these are the wickets you need. There's no point trying to be defensive right now, because both, Stubbs will happily chew down Nitish Kumar Reddy, and Samir Rizvi will happily take down any spin that he's feasted with. So I'm not sure of the move.
There's a lot of players that would have hit that rank full toss for six.
That's exactly what Ishan Kishan is saying to him as well. Oh, slow one. I think Stubbs did pick it up, but yeah, hits it down to long off. Single there. 137 for 413.2 and 106 needed of the last 40 balls. I still think Delhi are there and thereabouts in the hunt, somehow barely there. They're not completely out of the contest yet.
No, there is a narrow path for them to win this game, but it is pretty narrow. As I keep saying, the thing that they've got going for them is SRH are the team you want to be bowling at you if you want to chase something mad, and they've got Ashutosh up their sleeve, so they're not dead if they lose a wicket. But what they can't do is have the dots, which they've just had one.
And they also have Akshar for what it's worth.
Yeah, he can whack. He's one of those multi-faceted bats that can do lots of different jobs. He can fight the fire, but he can give it a whack, can't he? I don't know if he's got the 15 in him.
Probably not, yeah, fair. Saqib and Ishan both have 4 overs between them, and Dilshan Madhushanka is done with his spell. So I think it's realistically possible, because after this, you've got to bowl at least 2 overs of spin, if not more. And those 2 overs of spin, if they can realistically, I mean, I know I'm being very aggressive here, but if they can aim for 40 runs, I would say 30 to 40 runs, that would be a massive boost there.
Misfield, you can't be doing that either. So they were looking for the second. It's a brilliant ball from Reddy. He's bowled some shockers this over. That was brilliant. Definite single. And then the fielder ran straight to the ball and then forgot to pick it up and carried on running. Yeah. And they've got an overthrow.
Oh, so far 9 runs of the 4 balls in this over. 2 more to go. Let's see what does Rizvi do. You need at least a 6 or 2 fours.
There it is for you. Rizvi has absolutely smoked that for 6, and Reddy's
lovely.
None for 56 off 23 balls so far, and he doesn't want to bowl another ball that goes for 6. But now it's pretty likely that balls that Reddy bowl are going to go for 6, because he's losing his mind. He bowled a really good ball last ball, and now he's tried to bowl some sort of off spinner, and all he's done is toss one up straight into the slot and got bashed back over his head for a completely made up 81 meters apparently.
Oh boy.
22nd, sixth of his very short IPL career, as Reddy bowls his last delivery, thankfully for all of us. And it's another full toss, but it's a low full toss. So it has just been smeared away for one. And he looks very unhappy that he's only scored one off a ball that was probably due about 3.8 when it left the hand.
Did that tail in a bit?
I'll watch it again. I'm not sure the camera was close enough for me to be able to tell you, but I'll watch it again. Let's have a look.
Seemed that way to me.
Maybe. If it's tailing, they can't win. It's not possible.
Just a hint, maybe not. I got the line wrong. I saw the replay, maybe not, actually.
You cannot. It's a fact that you cannot score 16 and over for multiple overs if the ball is reversing, even
for
if
sure.
bullshit.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we have a super chat from Prithvi who says, I think the impact player rule is being used just like an extra player than as a tactic. Ashutosh Sharma could have been sent into open today with Rahul or Pathum to bomb the power play. Ooh, Ashutosh to open. What do you think of that, Rob?
No, because he's not an opener, so no. If it was a 7 over chase because of the rain or whatever, great, fine, no problem. But the thing is, he's not somebody that knows how to bat in the power play because he's never done it. Now, correct me if I'm wrong in the chats if he has done it domestically, but I'm pretty confident he hasn't. I think he did all this whacking later in the order, right? Stifled LBW appeal here that didn't look out at all, but they're checking it anyway.
Kishan seems interested for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know why, but we're having a look because the IPL you have to have all the reviews. Let's have a look at the delivery.
That's a horrible part. And as we have
fair enough.
Joining here.
Umpires
I just came. Yeah, so I just came for the single reason because Stubbs is again going to be 10 balls 13. So just wanted to see Rob's reaction on that. I was listening to the watch along.
Definitely going to be 13 off 10. There's no point in watching the innings.
So,
he does need to get a double, doesn't he, off this ball for him for prophecy to be realised.
Yes, because the time Rob said that you can actually go off to sleep and wake up after 10 minutes, and you will see Stubbs at 10 ball 13. I actually did that. I was not following the match for the last 10 minutes. And suddenly I checked, it was 9 ball 11. So I said, I should come on, just to kind of see Rob's reaction on this.
Well, this is it. This has to be a 2. It's quite difficult to get a 2 on purpose, but there's gaps in this field. Come on, Stubbs, get the 2.
Let's see Sakib Hussain running in.
Rubbish ball down the leg side. So he's rocking. 15 off 10. Unprecedented striking from Stubbs. It was it was about a yard and a half outside the leg stump, and all he's got to do is bat on it.
Rob, did you bet on that?
No, you can't. Not yet, Deepak. Are you allowed to bet on how many runs people have got after 10 balls? But I like it. That's a good market. Maybe we'll start. If only the fielder would have got there and got his body.
Come on, Rob. Let's not go there. That wasn't a catch. That was nowhere close to being a catch. That would have been a catch if the guy had a propeller or a jetpack up his ass.
Or if he anticipated, or if he thought, what you should think when you're fielding is every ball is going to come to me, not be completely shocked every time it comes anywhere near.
Come on. Oh boy. I hope no cricketers actually listening to Rob talking about this.
Bring it on.
Because they'll have to if not more to say.
And to be honest, I was listening to the watch along for the last half an hour or so. I have to say it was one of the best watch alongs on Combox. Amazing insights, and you both have amazing chemistry also. I must say, kind of marrying the things beautifully. I was I just tuned in just to check do we have adequate number of people, and I just hooked on to it for a good half an hour. So this is
there you Rob.
Very kind words, Deepak.
Yes,
and
thank you so much.
I don't know what to do with kind words. I'm not comfortable. I don't know what to do when I'm given kind words because I'm usually slagged off.
Thankfully, I've learned these few things on Mac, so I just do these things and be like, I've done my part and move on swiftly, very swiftly.
It was fun. It was fun. Seriously fun, and especially when DC was still in the hunt with the Duckworth and Lewis thing, which didn't make any sense to me because how can if the win percentage is around 10% and still DLS can end up giving you a win doesn't make any sense, to be
Yeah,
honest. Like, I couldn't understand like what exactly is the maths behind it.
I've actually done a reel on that. Like the math is so complicated and convoluted, you just can't do it. It's not something. It's not like net run rate where we can calculate by ourselves. So it's just bizarre, beyond bizarre.
Actually, do you know what number they showed on that six that KL had hit off
They
Nitishima
didn't. They
Reddy?
didn't. I was really hoping it's 69 meters because it would have been
Yeah,
poetic because I just
it,
finished
was,
talking
it
about it.
actually on Hotstar. I think it was 69.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Hilarious. Hilarious.
It
Ever
actually was
since,
69 meters.
I knew it was made up numbers, but now we've had it verified that it's making
And I
numbers.
was like, boy, I have to be online for this.
Jeez, I didn't know. It did show it to us. I was watching it on the stream. The thing that you've shared, they didn't show it there. Jeez, that would have made for an amazing moment.
I
Ever
was like,
since
what
my
the hell
friend
is this?
told me that, it's become a thing for me. I just keep looking for 69-meter sixes because I know, okay, this is definitely wrong. The rest, maybe they might accidentally get it right. This, so they're definitely wrong. So, yeah. Anyway, that's the end of Hussein's spell. Fantastic stuff once again. He's looked in great control. Sure, the odd bad delivery here or there, but that happens even with the best of the best in the business. So well done, man. Excellent stuff from Hussein.
I've been massively impressed.
3
with
overs,
him.
1 for 23.
Yeah. So
one over to go. Well done.
He can bowl another one. Malinga has 11 balls left now. He's come back and he's been great so far today. He's a natural, like I said earlier, he's a natural wicket taker, but he has got the bad over in him, and I hope it's not now for his sake. But Delhi fans, you need him to have the bad over right now, because one quiet over and they've kind of iced this. They need 18 and over as Stubbs plays a magnificent, what's that, reverse scoop off his stumps. That is going banging. That's not a bad ball. That is banging like a foot up middle stump, and he's just span round and reversed it.
He's hit that off middle stump, and that's almost gone the distance. So
Brilliant
flat.
Brilliant shot.
Well done.
That's for you.
And you can only do
by the
that
way, it's failing.
if you're in form. That is an in-form man we're watching here. That's a guy that's got 120 runs in his last 2 innings, Stubbs.
And there's also a hint of reverse swing, by the way, Rob. I don't know if you saw the replay of this ball. You could see it shape into middle stump. It started outside off and shaped in.
Same ball.
It's going to be hard for them.
Shot, fielders everywhere. Yeah, I did notice a bit of tail there as they hair back for the second. This is going to be fun because they have to go for it. You know they're going for it every ball, and there's a bit of tail there, which could cause anything.
Another thing that I'm looking forward to is they've got 2 overs of spin, and I really am, like, I know I'm being aggressive here, but I'm expecting 40 to 50 runs of those 2 overs. Like, they'll be huge overs or they lose their wickets. But I'm expecting Samir Azvi to really go after Shivang and Harsh if both get an over apiece. So that'll be very interesting to see how they play the spinners, how aggressively they go after them.
Any thoughts on that Miller wicket?
I think he got what he deserved, Deepak, because I think he decided before the ball was bowled that he was going to get a single from it. Is honestly what I think. And he actually got a ball that was really, really difficult to play. And he got
that's a 4.
And he played it on slightly, Deepak, didn't he? He just flicked that on the way through. It's a really good decision.
This is something Malinga is very good at. He undercuts the ball. Even as a pacer, it lands on the leather part of it and then skids. And on a red soil surface, maybe he was expecting it to bounce a little more, and because it skidded through, didn't get that kind of a bounce. He managed to kind of drag it onto his stumps. But amazing bowling. But that particular thing that Rob shared is amazing because he was actually looking for a single only. He was not even like it was premeditated single. Who does that?
Stubbs is gone.
Is he?
You live by the reverse slap, you die by the reverse slap. So he's tried to play the same shot again, but it wasn't that length and it wasn't that line. It was actually, if he'd have kept a normal stance, he probably could have just belted that for 6. But because he was so intent on scoring all his runs behind square, he's taken the pace off and bowled it outside off, and he's in a horrible position to play that shot. And there's a man there for the catch. So that is a really, really good bit of thinking to get an informed gun out. That's very good from Malinga.
Well done.
And
Did not give him any pace to work with as
actually
well.
he's just flapped it to short third and he snaffled it up. He's got to be
I was
Ashutosh.
telling Shravan the story of Icarus in the first innings because of Akshar Patel being too greedy with Nitish Rana's bowling. I think we can apply the same to Tristan Stubbs. 3 reverse scoops attempted in the same over, probably a bit unnecessary, but yeah, you can't help it. 77 of 25, you might as well go for your shots and get out rather than do something else. So,
exactly. So typical of DC now. Like once we know that a certain total has been put up, they just bat in third or fourth gear. The fifth gear just never happens for them.
that's true.
I didn't follow Kale's inning that well, but like, was he even trying to hit or like was it typical Kale?
He was. I'll be a lot less harsh on him this time because he hardly got any balls to face. Once Nitish Rana came in that partnership, Nitish Rana faced about 30 deliveries as opposed to Kale's 11. So it was very inconsistent. So you can't expect him to just hit a 6 every ball he
Exactly.
faces
Makes
every
sense.
2 overs.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so that became difficult for him.
Yeah,
bang
because
on.
in first 9 overs, I think he hardly got like 20 to 23 balls on leaving.
Yeah, I was saying at the time, Deepak, it must be very difficult to get a tempo of the innings you need.
Yeah.
Chasing 240 when you're not facing any balls, and he was just like facing one and over, and then there was a whole over that he didn't face in the power play. Then he got one ball to face off the next one. Also, he held his elbow, and there was a trainer came on to have a look very early in his innings when he was on about 2 or 3. So I don't know whether he was struggling a bit with a knock as well. That's something to keep an eye on if you're a Delhi fan for sure. Because there's quite a lot of injuries happening in this IPL. We've had all sorts of guys being called up as replacements.
That's true. That's true.
Being one of them.
Interesting pick. That was a very interesting pick. Not going to lie. By the way, Cherry Parker asks us a question that Deepak and I had actually discussed in the first inning. So Deepak can probably go for it again. Smaran in for head if his form doesn't pick up to get Cummins in, asks Cherry Parker. Agree with it, Deepak?
Look, to be honest, I've followed Smaran at the domestic level, no doubt, a top player. But like, he has batted in that safe zone for Karnataka at number 4, number 5. So, and as I mentioned, the ball has done a bit in the power play. There is a little bit of seam and swing movement. On an average, like Hemani shared that it's almost the same as last year. But there have been matches. We saw that SRH versus LST match where the ball kept on swinging and seaming even till the 8th or 9th over. So I know he's a brilliant talent, but to come in straight away to replace somebody who's almost given 200 run partnerships in last few matches, like 120 against Punjab and now 97 today.
But the only thing I'd say to that is, what's his contribution been to the 100-run partnership? He still scored 37 of 27 today, which I think Smaran has it in him to score it easily. I also trust him a lot more because he bats in number 4, number 5 for Karnataka. Other Maharaja Trophy, he batted in number 3 for, I want to say the Belgavi, whatever adjective, insert random adjective next to the team name. But importantly, he's got a solid technique. Red ball debut, scored a ton for Karnataka, even Ranji.
No doubt about it.
So he can handle himself even if it's the new moving ball or something like that.
Like, to be honest, like one thing which has been a consistency around Abhishek in this franchisee is that for the last 3 years, his partner is same.
Yeah.
So, certain time it's also about the partnership batting, like how well they both communicate, how well they understand each other's games, the matchups and everything. That becomes a different equation. But then, whom else can they replace?
Madhushankar is the only other.
So what they
Madhushankar.
If they're going to bin head, right? So I think one of the worst decisions as far as dropping somebody this season has been KKR's decision to drop Finn Allen, right? I think that's an awful decision because he's the type of player. I mean, in one of the games, he only batted for 6 balls and he got 28 or something. Like he's one of those guys. And you cannot say that man is out of form because you're going to get out like that playing how he played, right? He tries to hit every ball for 6 from the start. But he came off in the World Cup semi-final and scored 100 off 30 or whatever it was. Absolutely superb. So they right? There's an argument that you drop Travis Head because Travis Head has looked very out of form. He got 150 in the World Cup. He hasn't done much else in T20 cricket for a while. None of the Australians did anything in the World Cup, really. As Rizvi's hit one straight up into the sky and will be easily caught. No, he won't, because nobody can catch. Who is that criminal that's the next criminal that should be...
Oh, gee, Shivang Kumar. Oh, my word. Made a meal of it.
The third worst drop of the tournament, I think. No, that's Aniket Verma down there.
Oh, Aniket Verma, my bad. My bad.
Yeah, Rizvi's just hit that one straight up, not picked it at all. Straight into his hands. He's actually in a reasonable position. But just as the ball gets towards it, so he sets himself for the catch, and just as the ball comes to him, he loses his footing on his right leg, and his right leg collapses, and he just makes a complete mess of it. But Aniket, that's garbage. But if you're going to drop Travis Head as Rizvi hits the ball in the air again and gets away with it again, I kind of get it, because Head has looked really out of form, because Head hasn't been trying to hit every ball for six and getting out cheaply every time. He's getting ugly 20s, right? And they do you no favours, the ugly 20, and an ugly 30-something today. I would argue that Travis Head is out of form, so I kind of get why you would drop him. But if you do, you then go into somebody else who they haven't backed this season for whatever reason. You probably go, Kishan goes to the top of the order and Liam Livingstone slots into the middle somewhere, right? That's probably what you would do, rather than trying to find another opener from somewhere.
So one thing is, here we're talking about Head being dropped if Pat Cummins is fit. So whenever he's available, who does Pat Cummins come in for? And that's where we feel Head can be the player they can win, and they can potentially
straight in for Madhushankar, doesn't he? In this side?
that's what I'm.
But then who do you? Yeah, then who are your new ball options? That's my question. Cummins with this bowling attack, I think, will add so much value. Now you have a seventh bowler. Nitish Kumar Reddy does not have to be depended upon for 4 overs every game. So your bowling becomes stronger. And going for a domestic option. So Rob, the name we were talking about was this batter from Karnataka called Ravichandran Smaran. So he's a more than decent left-hand top order batter. So he's done pretty well in the domestic circuit. So we were talking about dropping even Salil Arora, the keeper, who's not done much so far this season. Smaran can come in, one of Kishan or Klaasen can keep. So you've got your keeping sorted. You just bring in a domestic player on top to pair with Abhishek, and then Cummins can be your number 7, number 8, whatever you want. So he can be a utility player. He's not your bankable batter. He's not your bankable bowler. I think that's why he also performs best, when he doesn't have to contribute directly game in, game out.
Okay, I get it. I don't think they'll do that. And I don't think I would do that either. I think if you're going to drop Head, then you put you put Kishan at the top and Livingstone into the middle. I think they should have probably backed Livingstone at the start of the season and said, we want you to do what you did for Punjab, right? Because he was brilliant for them. And he'd been quite outspoken just before the IPL, moaning about how badly England treated him. And they could have gone, listen, show everybody, show the world what you got. You're going to be our number 4. We're going to properly back you here. And see how you go. But they have a brilliant number 4 in Klaasen, don't they? As this one has somehow gone for another boundary.
Finally, Jesus Christ.
Just
the fact that only 6 runs came off the first 5 balls, I mean, oh man, bad stuff.
I think you go, so they're 1% to win this game, slightly more, 1 and a bit % to win this game. I think you go Malinga now to try and ice it. But if Malinga gets whacked this over, it might get funny, because you have inexperience trying to close the game.
Either ways, I would risk it and go to Malinga and Saqib for the next 2 overs and try and ensure there are more than 36 runs for the spinner. Simple.
I think so. Because what you don't want now is to bowl your spinner and he goes for 20 or 25 or whatever, and the pressure builds. Plus, that ball is wet, right? It has to be wet. It's been raining half this inning.
Yeah. That is true. Let's see. Can Smashatosh do something? It is Malinga, of course, for his last over of the day. And we did speak about the ball tailing in a bit. That Tristan Stubbs boundary, of course. Ooh, just misses his length. But because it is, you can see this ball also tailed in a bit. That means greater margin for error for these bowlers. So, yeah, it's going to be very difficult. It's definitely going to be very difficult.
So I'll just head off. to the live. Because I
Yes,
think
sir.
Good to see you, Deepak.
Yep.
Thank you.
See you soon.
See
Good ball again. It's gone
Yep.
gone Yorker and nailed it. They're going to get 2, I think.
Oh, what a ball, man. You just can't do anything as a batter. Just, yeah.
He's
Take a
absolutely
second.
nailed it. I mean, getting 2 off that ball is a real achievement, isn't it? Really, because
Oh, they
that
ran too? Well done.
yeah, that's pretty much perfect.
Yeah.
And
Unless you are someone who can scoop or reverse scoop or something, maybe you have a shot. Or if you're someone who just plays conventionally straight down the ground, you've got nothing.
well,
You just
he
got
tried to scoop in the last over against the spinner and nearly got out. He's
Yeah.
showing the massive slog sweep there and missed it and walked across. I'm glad the umpire doesn't give the wide there because he's walked
There you go.
across.
Yeah, that wasn't a wide. Tries
Malinga
to
is
hit it behind square.
a complete spell here, you know.
Really
You're
good
right,
spell.
actually,
Yep.
tail. It's tailing.
Yep.
And spoiler alert, everyone, they will not chase these, but they have the over of Sakib left, and then 1 over that you think would be absolute party time for the bats, but hopefully for SRH's cause, as another wild slog. The fielder misses it, and it goes for 4. The fielding has been awful again, absolutely awful.
Jeez. I mean, Ashutosh really threw the kitchen sink at it. Like, like my arms are hurting just seeing that shot. Like, he just wild swing. That was a wild swing.
Because he's batting against a bowler that is nailing this spell, right? And that probably should have been a dot or 1, and the fielder hasn't backed him up. So Ashutosh gets another go as Malinga bowls a brilliant slower short ball, which is called wide by the umpire, which I'm surprised by. Let me see that again.
Oh, that's a wide. That's a wide. Above head.
Oh, okay, it was. I thought he'd slowed it down and he just got in a bit of a mess.
Oh my word. Malinga's bowled really well here, man. Excellent spell. And yeah, with DC, they've got to be clear. They've got to be clear about what they want to do with this batting. Because if you're going to go with 5 bowlers, that's too big a risk. That's too big a risk. However good your 5 bowlers are, you just can't.
He's checking to see whether they landed on the cut strip. It's that wide. I think it's just a wide. So having Malinga up for bowling amazing, he's just chucking all the wides in now. Come on, get out of this spell, Malinga. He doesn't deserve for his figures to be spoilt here, does he? He's bowled really well.
Yep.
So on the TV screen, they're showing his the way his fingers go across the ball for the slow one as he then bowls a perfect Yorker and fields it perfectly off his own bowling. So the ball is a dot.
Oof. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Yeah.
So this over has gone for 9, if my maths is correct, so far.
That's
with 1
correct.
ball to go.
Yeah. We've got greetings from the US president who says, Rob and Akshay, my boys, my greetings to you both. Thank you so much, Mr. Donald
What's
Trump.
going on, Donald?
I hope you're...
everyone, would you? Give us a rest.
Just keep smashing those bloody fried chicken steaks and die soon. Oh, geez, was that too much to say?
Ashutosh goes. He bowls on the wide line, slower ball. Ashutosh tries to slog it, mistimes it completely, and it goes down to Aniket, who takes the catch at long on, and he ends up with 4, does Malinga. Well bowled, sir. Very, very good. 4 for 32. And
excellent
I
spell.
Figures don't take a whack, and they don't. He's gone the other way and ended up with brilliant figures.
Another slow one that... Yeah.
On another day, you get man of the match for 4-fers, but you don't when Abhishek has scored 135 red, do you? With 10 sixes and he got a couple of catches.
That's fair.
Didn't he?
That's fair. But Ashutosh, oh my word. I mean, Malinga, oh my word. Excellent slow one. Loved it. See, that's the difference. Like, if you remember, NKR also attempted a slow one that was deposited past long on by Sameer Azvi. It's not just about bowling a slow one. You can also float your slow one up and make it easy for batters to just line you up. That's what Nitish Kumar Reddy did. You need to have something. Either get some grip, get some turn, or get some dip. There needs to be something. If you just think change of pace alone will work, it won't. It unfortunately won't.
Yeah.
So
yeah, bang on.
Yep. Speaking of bowlers who bowl good slow ones, it's Saqib Hussain to bowl the 19th. And Akshar Patel batting at number 8. Oh man, that's sad.
That's depth. That's what the impact sub does for you. Is allows you to have someone like Axar at number 8.
Pace on. Oh, lovely lofted drive. Nothing, just two. Jeez.
Nice shot though.
Oh! Yeah, he needed the skates on, and he does put his skates on.
You know,
Points too.
the moment of this game, I'm always banging on about fielding, but KL should have ran Abhishek out when he was on about 50. That was a pretty easy run-out chance, as Rizvi has no idea where that ball has just gone, and it's nearly hit his stumps. That's like almost like an off spinner at him, that one.
Yeah.
The more I see of Sakib Hussain, the more I like him. I think he might be really, really good.
For sure. He also has a very calm head over his shoulder, so that's important. He's never really looked too nervous or too tense or anything. He's looked very calm, very composed. Somewhere it does help, the story, his background, where he's coming from, where he came from I think things like that do matter. I remember RCB's scout and now assistant coach Malolan Rangrajan, he was talking about this a few years ago, where they actually make it a point to look at players and where they come from. Because things like that do matter. If you are coming from a place of very limited means where you've had nothing to fend for and you've got to work up, it just makes you that much more. You do become a lot less tense about things like these because you've seen life, you've faced life. Once you face life, then it doesn't matter whether you go for a couple of sixes or not. You will be up for the game every
Really
time.
good point. Yeah. See also Jaiswal, right? His backstory of how hard he had to work to get there. I think with Jaiswal, it's more like I am not going to waste these opportunities because I have worked my whole life to get these opportunities. And when you see stories like those two, you really want the cricketers to do well, don't you? When you watch them, you're massively cheering them on. Like as we've been cheering, my friends and I in England, we've been cheering Jaiswal on for his whole career since we first saw him. We've heard the backstory, we watched him play, brilliant. You're really cheering him on, and I think a lot of it. Why Zach Crawley, for example, gets so much shit. I think a lot of it is not his fault personally, but a lot of it is like his backstory is the exact opposite. He had everything handed to him on a plate, extremely rich family, and his cricket upbringing was not sleeping in the groundsman's tent and working his socks off just to get the opportunity to have some cricket gear. It was, here's all the best stuff, here's the flights, here's the hotels, here's the accommodation, here's all the best coaches in the world. Go and play and see how you get on against spin in India. Go to Australia and see how you get on against the flat pitch. Do you know what I mean? It's an upbringing of ease. And when you watch him fail over and over again and get picked over and over again for England, you think, well, is having a rich family all you actually need to be a sportsman? And then you look across and you see what guys like Sakib have gone through and what guys like Jaiswal have gone through, and loads of players in the have gone through, and you want them to do well. You want to cheer them on. So very, very good spell defending 240 of 1 for 29, and these are the sort of spells actually that get forgotten. 1 for 29 doesn't sound great on a scorecard, but when you're playing against proper good players who are chasing 12 and over from the get-go, to come out with figures like that, it's really, really good. Like he's done brilliant since he's come into the side.
100%. And speaking of such stories, I don't know if you heard, like I was telling this on the other stream, I don't know if you were there then. Mukul Chaudhary, you remember the knock he played versus KKR, right, at the Eden Gardens?
Of course.
So last year he was playing cricket almost on daily wages, which is like 200, 300 rupees a game, or probably a bit more, 2,000, 3,000 rupees a game. That's like 20, 30 quid a game. This was during last IPL. And the knock that he played versus KKR was his first ever game or his second ever game under lights. He'd never played under lights before.
Wow.
His first and second game. So
Harsh gets to bowl the last over. And if ever you want an over, it's when the team needs... This is the over that I would bowl if I was playing, because they need 51 off the last over. And then what I would do is I would toss every ball up into the slot and hope that I got 2 of the cheapest wickets ever. And to be fair, that ball's fine. He's got a wicket. Jersis Wadia, who played for Adelaide in the...
Oh, yeah.
and he came out. In one of the games, he got both openers out straight away, didn't he?
Yep,
They
yep.
decided he was going to bowl the first over, and he got rid of Cypher and Fraser McGurk. He got number 1 and number 3. He
Yeah.
got in the first over.
It was Renegades, right? Versus Renegades?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in one of his games, may have been his first bat. It may have been his. No, it wasn't. It was his second bat. He hit his first 3 balls for sixes.
6, yeah.
And it was awesome. And then his backstory was like, well, he's Indian origin, and he went over to Australia to try and have a chance at playing pro cricket. And he like sold everything he had, left his family, and was like, let's go. I'm going to see what I can do. And they interviewed him after his amazing innings in the Big Bash, and they were like, he was like, yeah, I get my cricket bag in the morning, and I get on the bus, and I get down to the ground. Do you know what I mean? This is while David Warner is sacking off his brother's wedding to get a helicopter to the bloody ground to score a shit knock and lose the match. But anyway, when you see what these guys go through, you really want to cheer them on, don't you? And the sacrifices a lot of cricketers make to get to this level to entertain us. So, when we sit there being entertained by these amazing sportsmen, but some of them have had to make enormous sacrifices to get to where they are now, as Harsh bowls a poor ball, which is smacked down the ground for 1, I think.
Yeah, just the 1.
Rizvi looking for the red inker then. As one thing Kuldeep, I've never seen Kuldeep do is lose his wicket without caring about it. I've never seen him slog out, I don't think, Kuldeep.
He's really internalized the idea of putting a price on your wicket. Come what may, I'm not getting out. Just stay there.
One of my, as Kuldeep takes the single, obviously, one of my favourite Kuldeep stats is his balls faced in Test matches, which helps with my betting. His average balls faced in a Test match innings is 42. Now that is a guy that, because if you look at numbers, you look at averages for people, you go, he averages 11, that's about right for him. His balls faced is what helps his team, right? Because the guy at the other end can add to the score properly. He averages 42 balls faced.
That's a lot.
Which is great per innings. And Rizvi slogs out, so Harsh ends up with getting a lovely, lovely cheap little twofer here at the end of the game. And he may get 3 because his last ball, the last ball of the day, will be bowled at probably Ngidi rather than Natarajan, you'd have thought.
Yeah, probably one of the it'll be Ngidi.
This is what you want to do. They need 50 off the last over. You just slow it down and toss it into the slot and get the cheapies. This is lovely stuff. He could get another one here.
Oh man.
I think, to be fair to SRH, this looked like it was going wrong at one point, where Rana's sort of luck was holding, and the rain was coming, and they just about got ahead of the required rate when it was raining. Like, it got a bit messy. It's going to look on the scorecard like they've done this easy. It got a bit messy in the middle of this chase, but what they have done, I think, quite well, is juggled the pack. I think Ishan Kishan deserves a bit of credit for bowling his bowlers when he did. I think he's done all right here.
They've just hung in there. Well done. And yeah, I do agree with you there. And the fact that Delhi really derailed big time. 3 wickets and 5 balls. That little 2-over phase, that just put them back so behind that there was no really coming back from there.
Yeah, agreed. And fair play. They've iced the game well. And this will do the franchise the absolute world of good, because not only did they get the big one, they also got Turbo Klassen, 3-a-ball Klassen, which we haven't seen for ages, and the bowlers bowled well, right, which they haven't done collectively for a lot. And Ngidi has slapped his first ball straight to a fielder for another.
Is that a 3-for?
3 wickets in the over. Harsh Dubey bowls the money over, and he gets paid. As, to be fair to Ngidi, he does exactly what he should have done, as a massive slog at it. It's caught in the deep. That is one of my favourite 3-fers. So it was deep mid wicket again, and then again, wasn't it? Or maybe you could
exactly.
Who cares where he was caught? He was caught 3 absolutely horrifically cheap wickets, and yes, please. And they fall game over, 47 runs short. But that was fun. I enjoyed that, actually.
Yeah, that was very fun, and I guess that's our cue to end the stream as SRH go on top of the table, not number one, number three. They go above SRH. Above RR rather. Beg your pardon. So that's fantastic stuff for them. A team that last week were languishing at the bottom of the table, now they're firmly seated in the top three. So good on them. It'll be fantastic to watch the SRH batters and the SRH bowlers in particular going forward. That's someone to keep an eye out on for sure. Delhi Capitals, meanwhile, have a lot to think about because this strategy of having just five pacers or five bowlers rather did not really work out for them. And it's something to think about as they face Punjab Kings and Royal Challengers Bengaluru in their next two fixtures, both of whom are doing really well, are in great form, have some great players doing well for them. So they'll have to be very clear about their strategy in the next couple of games. That's that from both of us. Thank you so much for tuning into the Watchalong. It was a fantastic conversation with Rob where we spoke about everything between cricket and above and beyond. Until then, it's a goodbye for both of us. Take care. Bye-bye.
Combox. The game lives on.